The heart of LA, Valley Sports West. The heart of the fan.
Southern California, Sunday afternoon. Tim Salmon out of the water. He is on set with us as we welcome Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. It is time for this series to come to an end here at the Big A, and the Halos trying to salvage the third and final game against the Mariners, as here is what's on tap over the next 30 minutes. An interesting ninth inning, to say the least, last night. We will revisit, give you some reaction. Andrew Wantz will open it up this afternoon. Suarez will follow, and a very special look back at the 2002 anniversary celebration that took place right here on Wednesday at the Big A. But right now, it is time for Angels Live, coming at you on a Sunday afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Ken French, Tim Salmon, and that is the one and only Mark Gubiza. Welcome, gentlemen.
Doing some surfing today, huh, Tim? You are the world's most interesting man, aren't you? You are.
A little morning surf. Get back out here. He's ready to go. Talk some Angels baseball. Gentlemen, let's get things going by talking about this team. Came home from Seattle winning 4 out of 5 against the Mariners. They felt really good about themselves. We thought, this is the time to take advantage of this momentum, Gooby. I mean, you're coming home. You're facing teams that are under 500, starting with the KC Royals, but they take 2 out of 3, lose the first 2 to Seattle. I'll start with you. What's going on with the funk? How do we get out of the funk here with the Angels?
The starting pitching in the bullpen was so good up in that 4-game wins up in Seattle. The home run ball, especially for Mike Trout. And the situation hitting was good. The clutch hitting, the defense was outstanding. So far in this homestand, you've given the opponent too many opportunities to score runs. Yes, they've made some pitches when they needed to. There's a lot of guys left on base, especially against Seattle. But when you put that many guys on base, eventually some of them are going to score. And when you're not getting that balance in your lineup 1 through 9, you're not scoring enough runs to overtake that. So the starting pitching, there's been some pitches thrown in there. It's been close games. You could have won all of them. Every one of these games, you look back, every game the Angels could have won, but they haven't been able to get that big hit at the right time.
Well, my take is always from an offensive standpoint. I don't think you're putting enough pressure on these teams 1 through 9 innings. I mean, you go back to Seattle, you won the 4 games, but it took heroics, and you just cannot go in night in, night out looking for that heroic effort from the offense. I mean, even this series, it feels like the Mariners have really blown away the Angels, but in every game, they were in it. I mean, and you had a chance late in the game to get back into it and win it. I think it comes down to, a few things. You got to get this team clicking on all cylinders again. Get that offense rolling, scoring 3, 4, 5 runs consistently. Pitching, hey, the defense has been on the field a ton. I mean, they've been working out of traffic every inning, and that just kind of plays into it. Just that whole morale, like, hey, we're just trying to keep our head above water rather than having some wind behind us.
Yeah, it feels like if you get 2 or 3 runs right now, you're going to need at least 2 or 3 more to come away with a W here against these opponents. As we look back, Gooby, you talked about traffic. You talked about putting too much pressure on our defense. Let's look at the 6th inning. Archie Bradley coming in from Patrick Sandoval. After a leadoff walk, things start to unravel.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have leadoff walks, so many times that game, they had 5 straight innings, Seattle, where they had the leadoff man on. And at every level of baseball, whether it's high school, college, or professional baseball, that first batter of an inning is so important. It allows you to be able to find ways to get through an inning. But when you have that early traffic like that, eventually sometimes a play's not made, sometimes a pretty good pitch is thrown, and they go the other way, or a base hit, just putting the ball in play and runs score. So you have to make sure you get that leadoff guy. That's something we stress at every level. The leadoff batter is so important. You cannot allow them to get on, especially leadoff doubles.
Well, and you hate to get on the bullpen right now because they've really been doing a pretty good job. Quijada, he gave it up last night, but you know what? He's been dealing the last, week, the last 14 innings or whatever. So he had a, bump in the road. You just hate to see these guys have their one bad outing in a stretch when the team's not going well, and then it just magnifies it that much more. They've been pitching well. The leadoff walk right there. The Angels bullpen's really done a great job of not walking guys all year long. You had 2 walks in that inning. It's going to put pressure on everybody, including the pitcher, having to make quality pitches.
Yeah, 5 times the leadoff hitter got aboard, 3 of those via the leadoff walk. As you mentioned, Gooby, something that needs to be cleaned up moving forward. But things in this game would escalate as the Angels trying to get themselves back in it. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, men on first base. This would happen. Eric Swanson throws it high and tight to Trout. First and foremost, I don't know how in the world he gets out of the way of this pitch, but it did not hit him. But certainly that raised a little concern, a little fire. You saw some stairs going out to the mound. Trout visibly not happy with what was going on. And for more on this, we go inside of the Big A. Erica Westing standing by. And Erica, you had a chance to talk with Trouty after the game.
Yeah, Frenchie, tensions running high after the game last night, not just only because of that moment right there to their star player, their leader, Mike Trout, but because, of course, it's been a disappointing homestand for the Halos so far to this point. That is their words for sure. But you could tell how frustrated Mike Trout was in that situation. He was also considerably upset about 20-30 minutes following the game because of that moment right there. You mentioned it. The team was still in the dugout following the conclusion of last night's game. They were all grouped in the corner, so definitely emotions running high considering that pitch nearly hit Mike Trout in the head. And again, we talked to him in the clubhouse last night. Here's what he had to say about that moment.
I mean, if you can't pitch inside, don't pitch inside. If you're going to hit me in the ribs. Don't hit me in the head. So, I don't know if that was the intent, but, I mean, anything at the head, I mean, you don't do that. So.
Was that the discussion after the game?
What's that?
Was that the discussion at the end of the game in the dugout?
I mean, you guys saw it. Pitching coach went out there to, I don't know what he said, though, but the first two pitches were up and in, so. I mean, you put 2 and 2 together, so.
Well, you know, we heard what he said after the game, and we get it. You know, hey, there's been a lot of balls getting away. We've talked about the balls not being rubbed up well, and I think they've done a little bit better job of it. Probably there's, you know, a little more to be added to that. But no, he's a guy with control, and one slips once in a while. We understand that.
So Eric Swanson said after the game last night that he just missed that one high up and in. He said he just missed his spot. Patrick Sandoval, though, said after the game last night that he did not experience the same grip issues with the ball that the team was experiencing a week ago in Seattle. So the team definitely frustrated following that tense moment last night. Does it carry into today? Remains to be seen, guys.
Erica, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing you throughout the course of this game. So, gents, let's put 2 and 2 together. You got Mike Trout. He had 5 home runs in Seattle. He crushes Seattle pitching, as we know. Hit another home run on Friday. Gooby, former pitcher, you got a guy that's crushing you. Angels looking to get back in this game. Are there messages being sent? I'm just going to put you out there. No pressure.
You're going to a guy that had, had the record Royals for hit batters and wild pitches and walks. I mean, where are you going with it?
I knew where I was
just
going.
trying to pitch inside effectively. It didn't work out for me. But, I mean, when anybody's hitting the baseball that well against you as a pitcher, you're trying to make them uncomfortable. That doesn't mean you throw up and in. You make them move their feet. But Swanson, 2 walks in 19 and a third innings pitched. 27 strikeouts. That's pretty good command. So he was definitely sending the message at that point. Do you want to go up and in like that? No. But you can understand why Mike Trout was upset. I mean, because this is your livelihood. This is your life when a pitch is like that thrown up there. And Mike Trout has been thrown up and in a lot throughout his career with the Angels. And I think right now you're seeing guys finally thinking, okay, enough's enough. For the Angels to win baseball games, Mike Trout has to lead the way. And you want Mike Trout on the field, and you want Mike Trout protected. You know this, Tim. If I'm on the mound, if I'm with the Angels in 97, and somebody's throwing up and in you, that's my responsibility to make sure you feel comfortable in the batter's box. Yeah. Would that be the best way to put it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, here's the thing. I mean, I get everything Mike's saying. Nobody wants to see a fastball up and in, but he doesn't. Swanson doesn't answer to Mike Trout or the Angels offense. He answers to his pitching coach and his team, and they've been on the other side of 4 losses watching one guy kill you. We all know that Mike. They want to beat Mike Trout right in here, and the message is clear. You know what? You pound him in here, and if we miss, we miss. Now, you hope that you don't miss with, and I think the intent was he wasn't trying to throw at his head, but in that situation right there, it is very clear on their heads, I mean, in their minds after last week getting beat. This guy cannot beat us. I'm going to pound him in here. If I walk him, I walk him. You know, so I get the optics of this whole thing, but it's the game of baseball, and this guy's on the other side trying to make his money as well and trying to do what he has to do, and he's got to answer to his team. So I get the whole argument. I get it, but, there was a day, and, you played in that era. I mean, there was many times terms like, put one in the ear hole, spin his lid, all that was all real discussion. And if you hit one home run, you had to anticipate it against certain guys that next one was coming up is going to make you uncomfortable. And as much as you say move your feet, hey, you move my feet, I'm fine. I'm leaning back out over. But you throw it up in here, I'm not leaning out there. So it's just an era of the game that's different, and you don't see it very often. So when it does, it looks like a bigger deal than it, I think.
But when the pitching coach comes out in the conversation and two pitches like that in a row, that makes you feel, and then it tends to walk them. And then bring Shohei Ohtani to the plate.
I mean, to his head, that was the last pitch, and then he was given first base.
The ball went to the wall, you know, and then you had the base open.
But still, I mean, you're putting the tying run, the winning run on base, and Shohei Ohtani with a home run, 118 miles per hour exit velocity. So that's a guy that they walked every time last year. They walked Shohei Ohtani every time he came into play, except for that last game and when he homered to lead off the game, and that knocked Seattle out of the playoffs. So I think for me, the team right now, this is something that's going to build something going forward. I really do. Just seeing the guys today, they're ready to play today. I mean, granted, there's been things going wrong lately, not winning games. They are ready to play the game of baseball today. A lot of pitchers were saying, I want to pitch today.
Well, and you heard, too, Phil Nevin, we've always heard he's got that fire inside him, right? And so we saw that last night at the end of the game. He was standing up for Mike Trout. He was some finger-pointing going on to the opposing dugout, had a few words to say. So we'll see how that transpires here this afternoon at the Big A. But, you know, everybody likes a home run except for Mark Kubica. So we're going to play home run blast here this afternoon. And this is how it goes. Yeah, you scan that QR code, have a chance to compete for $20K monthly and $20K full season prizes. Your first play, of course, is 3. You pick 3 batters. If they score, of course, hit home runs. The more points you get, the more points you score, the more money you win. It's that easy. Who picked who this afternoon? Let's check it out right now. We're going Ohtani. Ohtani, of course. You know what? By the way, Tim Salmon is on fire right now. So if Taylor Ward hits a home run, I am not surprised at all. But I'm going off the board. David McKinnon getting his first start at third base. They want to keep that bat in the lineup. Look for him to go yard.
I like that. I like that. Good call.
Wait a second. You guys both agree with me.
No, I never agree with you, Frenchie. Ohtani against Gonzales last year up in T-Mobile Park, hit one on the third deck. So I feel that's comfortable, and I'm going with that one.
You know what? And sometimes those lefties are built to get the righties out, and it's the lefty in that lineup that, you know, kind of sneaks in there, and they don't know how to pitch him, and they leave a mistake out over the plate.
Thor Jr. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, by the way,
Thor to third, he actually would be right now.
Gooby, I'm going to make you stay for one more.
Oh, please, thank you.
We are going to take our first time out. Yes, it is a privilege here on the program when we do come back. Andrew Wantz gets the call. He'll be the opener this afternoon at the Big A.
Something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
baseball here at the Big A. Welcome back to Angels Live on Bally Sports. Angels baseball presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Halos trying to take this third and final game against the M's over the weekend and avoid the 3-game sweep. Of course, those kids, let's put some smiles on their face. Let's give them some fries. I'll talk about that in a bit. But hey, Andrew Wantz, he is taking over. He will be your opener here this afternoon at the Big A. Jose Suarez will follow. And I know, Gooby, you've got a chance to talk with him over, the season, I guess you would say, and also in spring training. What do you know about Andrew Wantz?
Ultra intense. I mean, he's a guy that runs a fastball, that upper part of the strike zone. He's a mid-upper 90s guy, good slider, changeup, but he loves to compete. He's not intimidated by anybody. He's the perfect guy to set up this game, especially for Suarez going in there, having a power right-handed arm and go in with Suarez after with his changeup. For Suarez today, though, when you look at his numbers versus the changeup last year, 145 batting average. He had 40 strikeouts versus changeup. This year, they're hitting 290. So they're comfortable looking out over the plate for his changeup. So he's got to pitch inside with his fastball, just like Wantz will today.
Yeah, you look for Wantz to empty the tank in that first.
Well,
first
you
inning?
do, and I think it's it's a different mindset. You wonder how much he's ever done something like this, but yeah, it's a go out there, empty the tank. It's the 8th inning, 7th inning, whatever it is. But you got to have that off the get-go. I think going back to Suarez though too, it comes back to fastballs. Suarez has a phenomenal changeup. I think that changeup has got to play better for him. Whatever the scenario is, he's got to be able to establish that fastball. Day games, seeing the changeup here in Anaheim is difficult. I'm looking for him to have a better day with that changeup.
Gooby, I'm seeing the change right now. The change means you need to go.
Why did you set him up, Tim? Why did you set him up with a changeup? Hey,
the
he's
change,
quick. He's
the
quick
change piece right there.
He is Bumbles. Do you bounce?
You're always my buddy. Get out of here. Thanks for being with us. As we take the time out here on Angels Live, coming at you from the Big A, but we have a very special behind-the-scenes look at a very special evening on Wednesday at the Big A.
Kevin Millar.
I'm just a dude that loves baseball.
And Steven Nelson.
I'm nervous as hell, man.
On a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize.
I thought I lost my mind, but
it's unpredictable baseball coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat all season long.
So keep it locked here on MLB Network all day.
Swing into action and join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Let's watch some baseball.
Standing tall in center field at the Big A. It's a 2002 World Championship flag. What a year. 20 years ago it was. A special ceremony on Wednesday. Here's a behind-the-scenes look.
Pretty fun. Been a long time. Crazy. It's been a couple years. It's fun. Absolutely. All my little ones weren't even born when this happens.
Hey, you know what? You don't take these moments for granted. It's taken 20 years to see some of these guys. I don't know when we're going to see him again. So it's been awesome.
It doesn't seem real. I'm super old. I hate being here. Like, we're old and we don't belong here, but these guys are like, what? Old guys, get out of my way. Yeah, I got a mic on right now. You gotta be careful. They're gonna have to edit. No, I'm just gonna be myself. They'll figure it out. This is the first time I've ever been mic'd up. Never. I've changed.
It's nice because, you know, life gets busy. You don't get to really see anybody anymore, and then having the chance to catch back up and seeing them, and that's one of the things. Once we get back together, it's just like it was when we were back here in 2002. Like, all the memories come back, so it's cool.
Came down the tunnel. I was filming everybody because I just wanted to see like everybody and their families, and I want to share that with people, and you know, it was cool. I walked past the red seat out there in right field, and you know, I was like, oh, there it is, you know, and yeah, it's just it's emotional because it's something that nobody can ever take away from us, and there's just that special bond that we'll have with these guys forever.
I don't want to talk.
What do you mean you don't want to talk?
I don't want to talk. It's exhausting being friendly. I'm not very good at it. I'm pretty good at winging stuff, so we'll figure it out. Yeah.
You're a coach. That's what coaches do. You just got to
make up stuff, right? Yeah. Recruiting 101.
Let's go, boy.
Yeah, I got the starter pack. I know what to do. And my wife told me to tell this story. Jessica said, she said, tell them what you told me in the hotel room that night. So I'll tell you. I said, they better bring their lunch pail because we ain't going away. So we end up winning that series. Twins, we lose the first game. Twins, they're grinders. Favorite team, Metrodome, awesome place to play. Same thing, Giants, we lose the first game. But my point is, for anybody that's listening, you just never know. Okay? And the last thing I'm going to say, Angel fans, I know this sounds corny, but when we come out of the dugout in the playoffs with those stinking thunder sticks and being on the field, I felt like I could fly when I was warming up. And I'm talking like right now, like before a game, maybe earlier than that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just glad I didn't swear. I usually get excited and I put a swear word in there.
First pitch. Let's welcome Troy Percival and Garrett Anderson.
You know, Tim, I know we had a chance to talk about it on Friday with you to kind of reminisce, but that's the first time you've seen that. What type of emotions does that drum up, seeing that for the first time?
Oh, it's pretty cool. I mean, I know all the backstory of everything that was going on. And, you know, Ersty, we talked about him speaking. Well, there's a lot of guys that didn't want to speak, but I got Ersty to speak. And then he really didn't think it was going to happen. And the day before, he's like, am I really speaking? So I know he was a little uptight about what he was going to say, and he kind of ad-libbed it. But then Soch was supposed to speak as well. Yeah. And then he kind of bailed at the last minute. So, you know, it left me kind of the one guy up there to eat up some time. But I'll tell you this. You know, Ursty's a man of few words. He was our Kirk Gibson. Yeah. And you know what? Everything he said right there, the intensity, the fact that he said, oh, you never know. It was truly like that. I mean, this guy, he brought his lunch pail every day. But that was exciting to see those guys. It's a family affair. Just catching up with guys. I mean, reliving life, reliving some memories. Just the stories was awesome.
You know, last night we saw Scott Shields walk by. I mean, a lot of the guys stayed here to use it as a vacation, but absolutely you get to still still, stay in touch with these guys?
Yeah, I was with Shieldsy last night up in Artie's suite, just hanging out again, just reliving, catching up on life. I mean, these guys, they've all moved on. To them, it was yesterday. Like Ursi said a few times, it's like, we're the old guys. That's another thing. Ursi hated being in that dugout.
Oh, yeah, you can
because
tell.
He's like, hey, this is the players' dugout. They're getting ready for a game. But, it was one night in 20 years to celebrate. It was just such an awesome deal.
Special night for everyone. It's, of course, especially for you guys as well. Congratulations. Again, 20th anniversary, if you can believe it, as we take one more time out here on Angels Live, coming at you from the Big A on a Sunday afternoon for some great baseball. On the other side, we'll get you closer to the first pitch. Mike Trout and the Halos getting ready to take some swings.
It's time for MLB Pitch Hit and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to compete in the 2022 Pitch Hit and Run Finals by hosting a local competition. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
Live on Valley Sports Angels Baseball, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Jose Suarez will get to the hill after Andrew Wantz will get the opener roll. And all season long, the day after the Angels win at home, fans can redeem free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app and get these kids some fries and put smiles on their faces. The lineup that will back up the starting staff here this afternoon. The top three, very familiar, but hey, Dave McKinnon getting the start not only in the cleanup spot, but at third base. He went to third last night for an inning, made a great play. We'll see how he does here tonight. Stassi back starting behind the plate. Matt Duffy gets to start at second. Luis Rengifo at short, and Monty Harrison making his first start in a Halo uniform. Let's get ready for baseball. Patrick O'Neill, Gooby, and Erica Weston with the call. Baseball from Angel Stadium is next.
I got the mic today. I got the mic. You got the mic. I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo.
Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
LA, Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
Beautiful Sunday afternoon, bringing you Angels baseball here on Valley Sports. Halos and the Seattle Mariners homestand hasn't gone the way the Angels had hoped. They're 1-4. They've lost 2 series so far. Shohei Ohtani, though, has had incredible success at both the plate and on the hill. And right now, the Angels are looking to avoid a sweep here on this Sunday afternoon. Great to have you alongside. With the two-time All-Star Mark Gubaza, I'm Patrick O'Neill. As far as this game, there's some tension like in the building, in the air between these two teams, and the Angels need a win. What do you expect today?
Well, Patty, I mean, when you think about what the Angels did up in Seattle, win 4 out of 5. Seattle comes down here to Anaheim and wins the first 2 games of the series. There's some tension in the 9th inning. These two teams expected to be in the postseason. Both have not played up to expectation, so right now, there's a little bit of tension going on, so see how this plays out today. But the bottom line is the Angels got to find a way to come together as a team and win this game today.
One thing we have seen in the past week is history from Shohei Ohtani, both at the plate and on the mound. It really is incredible to see.
I mean, it's amazing what he has done in this week alone. We know what he did last season, we know what he's done at times this season, but on Tuesday night, 2 home runs, a career-high 8 RBIs. He also had a couple sac flies, but these home runs were majestic home runs. One on a changeup and that on a slow curveball that I still don't believe that baseball has ever landed yet. And his enthusiasm and his energy as he tried to will the team back against Kansas City. Then the following day on the mound against the Royals, he goes 8 shutout innings, a career-high 13 strikeouts. His slider and splitter were unbelievable, and his energy in that game also, and his emotions were outstanding. And then you go into last night. His hardest hit ball in the StatCast there as far as a home run for the Angels in history. 118 miles per hour exit velocity, going 462 feet. Barry Bonds-like zone in the stadium here at the Big A. How far that went. Shohei Ohtani has been locked in. He also has success against Gonzales, a long home run against him in his career.
When Ohtani hits the baseball, it cries out in pain. Hardest hit homers this season, Stanton 119.8, then Ohtani 118 on the button, just ahead of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Well, the Angels will employ an opener, Andrew Wantz, and then Suarez with the bulk against Marco Gonzales, the left-hander. Mike Trout hoping to carry this team to a victory this afternoon.
Every game, every night, everything you need to see. Get all the highlights with the fastest hour on television. Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
eventually lose the game, but Eric Swanson throws up and in at Mike Trout. And this is right after Mariners pitching coach Pete Woodworth went out to the mound. Mariners eventually celebrate a victory. And then, you know, as we're wrapping up the show, you know, we notice, you know, that Phil Nevin, not pleased at all. This is after the game. When you have your franchise player, Gooby, get thrown at, up and in, and Trout and Erica Weston had the interview with Trouty afterwards, not happy at all. So you want to hit me in the ribs. But we don't know if there was an intent, but it's not pretty. Perception didn't look good.
Well, Swanson has 2 walks on the season before that intentional walk in 19 1/3 with 27 strikeouts. His strike zone command is pretty outstanding.
He went out, yeah, exactly. After the pitch at the head, intentional walk, which, you know, so now you have an opener. Andrew Wantz, this is his first career start in the big leagues. He's had 23 minor league starts, but even in his career at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, mainly a relief pitcher. And so let's take a look at the lineup that he's going to face. Jose Suarez expected to be the bulk guy, but Wantz is the opener. Crawford, Rodriguez, Suarez, 1 through 3 for the Mariners. Winker, Padlo, Upton, and then Torrens, Moore, and Ellis making his Mariners debut. Drew Ellis at third base with Ty France going on the injured list. They just claimed him off of waivers from the D-backs. The defense for the Angels this afternoon, making his first career start as an Angel. He came in last night, Monte Harrison in left, Mike Trout, and it is Taylor Ward in right. Then McKinnon making his first career start at third, Rengifo, Duffy, and Walsh. And behind the plate, catching Andrew Wantz as the opener is Max Stassi.
And Harrison out in left field will make his first start in left field in his career. Played 13 in center for the Marlins and 1 in right field. So you know he has that coverage defensively to be able to pick up that ground and help out Mike Trout in center field on it. Always a tough day, Sunday, so you want that protection by your corner outfielders on anything hitting the air.
Yeah, Harrison did mention to me he was very clear. He thinks he's the fastest player in baseball. He says he's got Trout. He's got him covered. And he ran that 60 in a 6'4", was a tremendous football player in high school. More on that as the game goes on. So J.P. Crawford is going to lead things off. And we are underway here at the Big A.
It's a pretty good spot, upper part of the strike zone. That's where Wantz lives, that upper part of the strike zone with his fastball and even his breaking pitch.
1-1 to Crawford now.
He's throwing the ball really well and in some big leverage situations too lately for the Angels. Phil Nevin really likes what he's seen out of Andrew Wantz.
Change up 1-2. The 25-year-old right-hander who has an edge about him.
Yeah, he's all business when he's out on the mound. You see that good changeup after a couple fastballs. So upstairs fastball, changeup downstairs.
Hit well.
Maybe the worm has turned after they got a lot of hits that had kind of fallen in. Some soft contact. That's on the line and run down by Matt Duffy.
So 1 away. It's going to bring up the young 21-year-old star, Julio Rodriguez. He's homered in back-to-back games for the Mariners. Number 44 looks pretty good on this big time beyond prospect. 11 homers, 35 ribbies. He's got 19 stolen bases as well. Whoa, right at him. Home plate umpire is John Bacon this afternoon, and he's going to call in his crew, talk about this situation.
Probably maybe some warnings now. Throwing this fastball up and in and right behind the numbers of Julio Rodriguez from Andrew Wantz.
Here's Scott's service. Warning to the Angels.
So when there was a warning put out there, that means if they feel that somebody was hit on purpose, that means the manager of that team will be ejected in the game and have a 1-game suspension.
So both teams have been warned. The pitch goes behind Rodriguez. Considering what we saw last night, we set it up with what happened to Trout, up and in, at his head. Not a big surprise. You know, but the baseball, listen, we talk about it, it's been a bit slick baseball, perhaps just Andrew Wantz lost his grip. Two and two. Pretty good slider. Way off the plate.
Tight. Especially when you're a young hitter, a dynamic young hitter, and an up and in pitch like that, first one, and you're whether you're expecting retaliation or not, but having a slider like that's tough for a young player.
And he got him.
Not easy to do that. And you can see by those swings, he's a guy that will chase sliders off the plate. But that first pitch, as a young player, makes you uncomfortable in the batter's box. It just does. I mean, that's normal for even a veteran player, but especially a young player like Rodriguez is a tough one.
Probably in his young career, he's played every game but one for the Mariners. Might not have ever experienced something quite like that at this level. So with 2 outs, here's Jose Suarez. He takes a strike. .100 strikeouts on the season for Suarez, leads baseball. 0-2. So from one Suarez to another, Jose Suarez looks like he is up and ready to go for the second, and he got him looking. So Andrew Wantz with a couple of strikeouts, a 1-2-3 first inning. Just one got away.
Good nights lead to great mornings. Get generic Viagra shipped discreetly to your door at RexMD.com. Your consultation is free. There's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Visit RexMD.com right now.
What can you expect from ButcherBox? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, heritage breed pork, and so much more. From farmers who believe in raising animals with care, with no antibiotics or added hormones. Ever. All with free shipping right to your door. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Get free bacon for the life of your membership.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and then David McKinnon hitting cleanup and playing third base for the first time in the bigs. Jared Walsh, Max Stassi, Matt Duffy, Luis Rengifo at shortstop, and then Monte Harrison, his first start in the bigs in left field, and first start for the Halos as well. Now on the bump, lefty Marco Gonzales, his 15th start. Pretty good numbers in his career versus the Angels at 9-2.
And he plus changeup, and he throws quite a few of them. He'll throw a cut fastball, curveball, and a sinker for the most part this year. with going and having success versus his changeup, especially in a warm afternoon today where the baseball will carry. Important because he's got great career numbers against the Angels, 9-2 with a 3.44 ERA.
Mariners are starting to play pretty good baseball. That's a little tapper. That gets over the head of Gonzales. That's going to be a very tough play, and that's an infield single for Taylor Ward.
Said the worm is turning a little bit. A line drive by Crawford, caught. A little dribbler, gets by. Maybe things are turning around for the Halos here against Seattle.
Well, Seattle's coming in right now hot. They've won the first 2 of this series.
Once it gets by the pitcher, the way the defense is set up, no chance. Even for Dylan Moore, who's a very good defender, no matter where he's placed in the field.
Taylor Ward runs very well. 29, close to 30 feet per second on average. So here's Mike Trout.
Good hack. Trouty first pitch on a sinker. Right in his zone. Good career numbers against Gonzales. We know his numbers against Seattle.
By good, you mean great?
Yeah, this 371 with 3 home runs.
I have to say, you know, the post-game interview that Erica Weston had with Mike Trout, it was about as frustrated, borderline angry as I've seen Mike ever really in a post-game interview. Did not like being thrown at his head. Then the intentional walk, and he knew it was right after the pitching coach went to the mound. So revenge, a dish. Best served cold, although it's a pretty warm day here.
And players like Mike Trout, when you get motivated even more so, expect something magical today from Trouty.
In there, struck him out looking. Have to wait for his next time around the batting order, 1 away. Starting pitching, Gooby, has been so good for the Mariners. They have a franchise record, 23 consecutive games with 3 or fewer earned runs allowed. We saw Gilbert, we've seen Flexen. And they have now passed the Angels in the standings in the American League West. Angels 4th, and they're 6.5 games back of the wild card. Shohei Ohtani steps up. Mammoth home run last night.
Gonzales has allowed 5 stolen bases. No base stealer has been caught so far this year. Does have 1 pickoff, 25 stolen base and 38 attempts in his career. 11 pickoffs. Majority of them have been pickoffs at second base a couple years ago. Good pitch is sitting in the zone. You remember that home run he hit last night was on a 3-1 pitch. So hitters count for Shohei Ohtani.
Strike 1 called, 2-1.
He doesn't overpower you. Gonzales throws a lot more sinkers. Throw that cut fastball, which almost resembles a 4-seam fastball. Also his changeup curveball, but his changeup's a plus pitch.
Called a strike by John Bacon.
That's not close to the plate there. That's off the plate by almost 2 baseballs. Shohei not real happy about this one. You can see how far off that plate that is. Now what happens as a hitter, you expand your strike zone. Hopefully this is something in the zone for Shohei to make a good pass at.
All right, full count. We'll certainly have to see what impact the sun has here this afternoon, and if Ohtani gets a hold of one, just how far the baseball will travel. He stepped up to the plate last night, chance to win the game.
Doesn't look like Taylor Ward is even consider going 3-2 with 1 out. And my go-tos to be successful against Marco Gonzales today, and the approach you have to have as a hitter, is to power that changeup the other way. He will throw that changeup out over the plate quite a bit and then barrel up the cutter. He's giving up some home runs this year. 13 home runs, 10 versus left-handed batters, 3 versus lefties.
One on, one out, 3-2 coming to Shohei. And he walks them off the plate. First and second. That's going to bring up David McKinnon.
Pretty close pitch. I think Shohei's quick little conversation and glance back. He got that call there. It was borderline. Remember that one strike it was called 2-0 wasn't in the zone.
Well, he earned that walk. McKinnon has walked 3 times in his young career here up with the Halos. 455 on base percentage clip so far. He's had some quality at bats.
And my Hyundai key for the game today, going little sticks, come sail away on this warm afternoon. You hit that ball in the air. Let's see how far it can sail away for the Halos today against Gonzales and the bullpen staff of the Mariners.
Well, thanks. Now I have that earworm for the rest of the
Yes, as well
afternoon.
You should.
If he hits it here, working it in. By hit it, I mean out. Oh!
Did he make the play?
That's a diving catch by the fan over the seats. Oh man! You know,
Robinson Cano, don't you know?
He has it. He's still in the game. Oh wait, no,
make the play.
He didn't make the play.
Off the carom, did he get it? He got it. Eventually got it.
Yeah. Effort like that, just give it to him. Still going incomplete.
Good job by Fernando catching that one for us.
Nice work, Fernando. Checking phone in 3, 2.
There he is.
Fernando, there you are, buddy. Hold on. Always in black.
On a nice cool afternoon,
Yes.
but it is a dry heat today, though.
Hey, we're back in black. Hey, Rod Caru's here. Old school, love it. Could use a nice 2-strike approach from a Rod Carew type out here from McKinnon. Lifts a fly ball towards left field. And Jesse Winker is there. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. So you see Winker making that catch. Rest of the D for the M's. It's Winker, Julio Rodriguez, and Justin Upton is back and right. Drew Ellis first start as a Mariner. J.P. Crawford, Dylan Moore, Kevin Pablo back at first base. And out behind the plate, Luis Torrens catching Marco Gonzales. So now that, you know, Wantz, he threw behind Rodriguez after what happened last night, the warnings. Do you think it's over? Do you think?
It's never over till the last out of the game. But Drew Ellis at third base is claimed off the waivers for Arizona back in the mid-June. Getting a chance to play here for Seattle.
We pop up third base side. Ellis gives it a look, out of play.
Big opportunity here to get that early lead. Something that hasn't happened a lot on this homestand. Trying to get that early lead and keep adding on as the game progresses. Tough time so far for Walsh against Gonzales, but an opportunity to get that first hit. 0 for 11 in his career. Love the fact that Phil Nevin has him in there against this tough lefty when you think of numbers for lefties versus Gonzales.
Top percentage of pitches faced in the zone in baseball. Jared Walsh, top of the list, ahead of Varsho and Nimmo. Giving him a pitch to hit, but straightaway center field. Not much of a knuckleball. Rodriguez able to make the catch. No score heading to the second.
Karsten Sabathia trains in Win Reality.
I love it.
So Karsten hits in reality. He trains in Win Reality.
I'm glad I'm retired.
He hits in reality. Train in Win Reality. Win in reality. See infinite game speed pitches, work on timing, pitch recognition, and get more hits. Train new school. Hit old school. Be ready for real. Win reality.
Hey guys, Gronk here to talk to you about your hair game. Hims has a full lineup of clinically proven treatments, all prescribed online by a licensed medical provider and shipped directly to your door, if appropriate. Order today and get a 90-day money-back guarantee at 4hims.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Scoreless as we head to the second inning. Andrew Wantz back out there for his second inning of work. The Halos employing that opener strategy today with Andrew Wantz getting the start. Phil Nevin has said it was a strategy that he's obviously very familiar with all that time in the American League East. Tampa employed it against them multiple times too, but he said the reasoning behind it, he said it basically just makes the most sense for them. It gives Suarez his best opportunity and maximizes his inning potential. He said, we like our big right-handed bullpen guys against the guys at the top of their lineup. Wantz was going to see these guys anyway, so it made sense at the beginning. But again, it maximizes Suarez's opportunity to get through the lineup a few more times, and he has pitched out of the pen in Salt Lake.
And he just hit Winker. Erica with the first pitch. Scott Service is calling for him to be thrown out of the game. And Winker's trying to get towards Phil Nevin and the Angels. And the benches have cleared. And Justin Upton comes in. And we have chaos. Bullpen's coming in now. Can't remember the last time we have seen one of these with the Angels and an opposing team, and it's not done. It is not done. That is just a mass of humanity on both sides.
Yeah, you felt the tensions coming in, and it carried over for sure.
You got Shohei Ohtani in there, Mike Trout, the entire team. I'm seeing players on the Mariners wanting to keep this going, like Suarez, Eugenio Suarez, Julio Rodriguez. And you just have 4 umpires doing their best to try to break this up, and it's near impossible.
Well, that was about as intense as I've seen in a baseball brawl in a long time.
And Jesse Winker's now talking to the fans here. He's still trying to keep this thing going. Yeah, literally, J.P. Crawford's having to bring Winker back to the dugout. Bullpens are heading back. Gooby, what's the experience like? I know you've been involved in this.
Especially with a warning being made right there. That's an automatic ejection for Andrew Wantz. Scott Service saying that's ejection. And then Winker went over towards the dugout.
Anthony Rendon, first one out there. Looked like no.
And this, it's intense. And J.B. Crawford throwing punches from over top. It's intense.
You have no idea what's going on at the bottom of that pile.
Like I said, that was about as intense as I've seen. We knew there was some heat going on here. It's going to be a long time for the umpires, and it's a tough one for umpires there in this spot to be able to figure this all out. And as at this point, Winker hasn't been ejected yet. The only person we know for sure would be Andrew Wantz, and that's why he's still around in the dugout. Which would be shocking, but he's grabbing his bat. He's got to be gone now.
Full out bench clearing brawl here. Sunday, June 26, 2022.
see Thor in there.
Could be McKinnon, too.
Suarez was pretty intense, too.
Wow, that was absolutely insane.
Like I said, now it's the discussion now for home plate umpire who's going to be ejected from the game. Obviously, Phil Nevin will be. Andrew Wantz. Winker's still in the dugout, so he hasn't been thrown out yet. Now the conversation with the umpire is going over with Scott Service.
Well, this intense American League West rivalry just got kicked up a notch. Or 2 or 3.
It's going to take a while to settle this one down. Remember, these teams play each other a lot the rest of the year. They hadn't played a game against each other until that 5-game series.
Oh, right now, Raisel Iglesias.
Yeah, they were teammates, remember, in Cincinnati. And Raisel Iglesias is extremely mad right now.
Leo Rodriguez on the other side, also being held back. Oh, wow.
And that's a guy that you see smiling all the time. Raisel Iglesias is not happy right now.
Got to be careful for the fans. Also on the side of the Mariners dugout, have one security guard on top of that dugout, and notice that Eugenio Suarez was gesturing towards some of the fans, as was Justin Upton.
As intense as I've ever seen, Patrick. I know that, I remember it was a few years ago the Angels and the Royals had a pretty good one.
That is the furthest shot put of sunflower seeds in history. It's not just players, right, Gubietta? You have coaches.
Yes.
That get. I saw. You know what? Tom Sheedy hit the ground over there.
To be honest with you, it always ends up being in those things, the coaches, because bottom line, a lot of these guys are really good friends with each other. I mean, you see each other a lot in spring training. A lot live out in Arizona. But you know what? When Mike Trout gets thrown up and in like that, that's a difference maker. That's what changed the mindset. So it's now you just wait and see who is actually still in the game.
That's an
position player wise also.
Incredibly intense situation. Almost like, how are they going to be able to play this baseball game with so much intensity between the two sides? Trout, Taylor Ward heading out to the outfield. And you've got some players just called up involved in a big league brawl like McKinnon and Harrison.
And this is a difficult time for the umpires to decide how to be able to restore order now. There's still plenty of baseball in a very hot afternoon.
I know in other sports like NBA they can go to video. And we see Suarez now has a baseball.
And he'll get, no, he was warmed up anyhow. I don't think you get as much time to warm up. After an ejection, you have to be ready. It's your normal routine in between innings, so he's been throwing. That helps. It's not like if there's an injury on the field where you get as much throwing as possible.
Eric Swanson, who last night, his second pitch to Mike Trout was right at his head. Then they intentionally walked him. After the game, Phil Nevin clearly frustrated about it. Trout extremely upset after the game.
It's like a pinch runner now. Winker looks like he's out of the game too now for Seattle. He was hit by that pitch.
Okay, so it's possible that he's been ejected from the game. So Frazier will be the pinch runner. Adam Frazier.
And he's played the outfield, but you also have that option to put him at second and put Dylan Moore out in the outfield.
Had a feeling that something like this, as we talked about, as you guys documented in Angels Live pregame, our open here, that there was a lot of tension and clearly a lot of frustration. The Angels from last night, and also just frustration in the way the past 30-40 games have gone. But Mike Trout's the franchise.
See if we get that ground ball double play first pitch.
Here we go, back to some baseball. It's Kevin Padlo. As Jose Suarez throws his first pitch of the afternoon. So we know that Andrew Wantz and Phil Nevin ejected.
Scott Service doesn't look like he has been because his pitcher did not hit. That's a good move. 3 career pickoffs for Suarez.
It was a 16-minute delay between the time Jesse Winker was hit by the pitch to that pitch to Kevin Padlo.
And we had a base hit going the other way yesterday.
We had 2 RBI. Those were big. Fly ball right field. Can't speculate on any other ejections. Marcelo Iglesias was incredibly upset throwing things onto the field. And you wonder if maybe that was an ejection.
Ray Montgomery now the acting manager with Phil Nevin ejected.
And I don't see Scott Service either. Here's Justin Upton, who was right in the middle of the fray. How about that against his former team? Hit well. Duffy
get a double
to
play out of him.
Renifo. That's a nice double play. With the shift on, Duffy goes back. Renifo covers. That is nifty work right there. Well, Gooby, what do you make of all that?
Well, that was about as intense of a scenario I've seen in a long, long time in MLB.
Absolute insanity. We're scoreless to the bottom of the second.
Evan Longoria, a guy last year who was one of the catalysts to a surprising Giants team.
Meet Evan Longoria. He's watching MLB Network.
Back, dude. Longo's hitting with big-time power. Still that
because that's what baseball fans do.
Here we go, Longo, 2022.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run.
Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Bottom of the second. Ray Montgomery is the acting manager. Here are the ejections for the Angels. Manager Phil Nevin, pitcher Andrew Wantz, relief pitcher Raisel Iglesias, and reliever Ryan Tepera. So 4 ejections for the Angels. As for the Mariners, their manager Scott Service ejected, Jesse Winker, Julio Rodriguez, and J.P. Crawford. So 4 apiece. And we'll fill you in on all these defensive replacements. Wow. That first pitch, Max Stassi hits that well, right field, but not well enough. Justin Upton, the first out.
So the norm against Gonzales for the most part coming into this season, fly balls, although he's got a lot more ground ball outs this year. His ground ball percentage is 46.6%. For his career, it's 41. Over the last 2 seasons, about 34% ground ball rate. Goes back to more fly balls so far in this game. And that bodes well for the Angels, especially on a warm day like this where the baseball will carry.
Matt Duffy takes a strike. First year as the Angels bench coach is Montgomery, and second time that, no, maybe I think when Madden got ejected also, he's been serving as bench coach, but it's the second ejection for Phil Nevin. Manny Acta is now the acting manager. Acta is acting manager for the Seattle Mariners. He's also their third base coach.
He's even think of Gonzales. He loves to pitch backwards. Plus his changeup on a 2-2 count a lot to right-handed batters. He also throws his cutter. See, the one thing with warnings like it is today with Gonzales, who throws a lot of cutters in, that's up to the home plate discretion. If he gets one of those cutters in and hits somebody, he's hit one batter this year, you don't necessarily always get ejected. He feels it's not on purpose.
Pitch catches the corner. Duffy strikes out looking, so defensive changes with those ejections. Let's fill you in. So with Jesse Winker now gone, Adam Frazier goes to left field with Julio Rodriguez ejected. Taylor Trammell comes into center field. And at second base, it's now Abraham Toro, and well, Dylan Moore is going to move over to shortstop with the J.P. Crawford ejection. Here's Luis Rengifo, who's been a multi-hit machine of late for the Halos. It was a nice turn there to get out of that inning.
That wasn't an easy double play, because when you have the shift on, especially the second base playing back like that, you have to flip it over and give Rengifo momentum going towards the bag and still be able to get enough on a throw.
0-2 now.
Now you refocus on winning this game now, because you're facing a pitcher that's had success against you. Even though there's some batters in this lineup for the Angels that have had some power success against them, overall he's pitched well.
No score, bottom second, 2 outs, 0-2 coming to Rengifo on quite the Sunday. Foul back.
Well, the old thing always said it's Sunday fun day. Not quite sure that's the case today. Energy day on Sunday.
You know, Gooby, you played in a different era when every single season, it seemed like you guys would have, not you personally, your team, but there'd be a couple of these a season. Haven't seen one of these.
We had a series against Cleveland in the old stadium where we had bench clears 3 straight games. And we were, the crazy thing is we were all friends on both sides. But heat of the battle.
Frenemies, apparently.
It's a good swing there, Rengifo. Fouled it straight back. Anytime you see a batter foul something straight back, that means they're on the pitch. It just missed it.
Pops him up. And Dylan Moore calls that one and retires the Angels in order.
From inside jokes.
Hey, look, it's Mike Napafanakis.
To insider's perspectives.
I like over 5.5 strikeouts on Walker Buehler.
Your best bet is the pregame spread. Served up only on MLB Network.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis.
You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night. only on MLB Network.
Bump here today, my go-to is to be successful. He's got to use his curveball for strikeouts, a big swing and miss pitch, but a better feel on his changeup. Last year, just a 145 batting average with 40 strikeouts versus his changeup. This season, though, 290 batting average, swing and miss percentage down, strikeouts down. Got to get back to a better feel. It's all set up by establishing fastballs, but his changeup is such a huge pitch for Jose Suarez.
Luis Torrens is going to lead off. We're in the third inning. If you're just joining us, there's been a bench clearing brawl already in this game. Both managers ejected. Just upstairs, ball one. But as far as, you know, the edge of players getting ejected, the Mariners lost 3 big players from their lineup: Winker, Rodriguez, and Crawford. And just 3 pitchers, 3 relief pitchers for the Halos.
Well, you got 2 of your back end guys.
Yeah.
Potentially, if you have the lead late, not available now.
Yep. Iglesias and Tepera.
You know, the bottom line is you need to get that lead. And that means it all starts with this man on the mound, Jose Suarez. See if he can get some good, consistent outs. It's a good changeup too. Now you have a hitter at the plate swinging a changeup. It's off the plate. You can go a little bit further, but keep it down. Elevate it. You can still punch that ball and put it in play. The changeup down is the one that Suarez will get a chase and a swing and miss. And that's a pretty big difference between last year and this year, between numbers versus his changeup. See if he can get back to that feel for his changeup.
Ground ball. Rengifo at shortstop is there, and 1 away. You know, for Suarez, it's been a big-time shuttle for him back and forth to Salt Lake. But he's handled it well, but that can't be easy.
Not when you expect, especially way through the ball in September last year, to be a big part of the rotation and a stable part of the rotation coming into the season, but has struggled.
Dylan Moore now from Yorba Linda, El Dorado High School. Grew up a huge Angels fan. Was just disappointed he missed the 2002 celebration on Wednesday. But I was talking to him. I said, "There's Scott Shields over there. Go say hi."
great to see Shieldsy yesterday. He said he had such a good time with the guys that were playing golf, a few rounds of golf together at Pelican. He's having a good time, just reminiscing as if they said, as if they had just walked out of the locker room after winning the World Series in '02. Even though it's 20 years later, you're friends forever.
1-2 coming to Moore. 2-2. Yeah. Salmon was telling us that when they were playing golf, you know, they started with great foursome, ended up with like 8 to 12 players all in one hole.
That's where all the talking gets going.
Yep. Yeah, the Angels really did a great job putting them all up. That was an awesome night. 2-2.
This is where you look for Suarez. Okay, you get to 0-2. You want to be able to finish the batter off as quickly as possible. You're throwing now 3 extra pitches. Finish them off with that changeup fading down right away. That way you keep yourself fresh. You keep that out pitch, the pitch you need with runners in scoring position as the game progresses, by not showing your opponent all your pitches just to finish off one at bat when you're up 0-2.
Fly ball left field. Monte Harrison drifts over, and we have 2 down here in the 3rd.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The pitch arsenal for Jose Suarez. 4-seam fastball 39%, curveball 28%, changeup at 24%, sinker at 9%. But the numbers you want to see reverse quickly is his changeup numbers. Fastball, got to get that fastball in on the hands enough to set up that fadeaway changeup. Curveball has some pretty good bite to it. Good spin on his curveball.
There's Drew Ellis, who was a 2nd-round pick of the D-backs back in 2017, DFA'd on June 12th. Mariners claim him off waivers on June 16th, and with Ty France going on the IL with that strained tendon in his arm, he's making his Mariners debut. Signing bonus, by the way, for a 2nd-round pick in 2017, just north of $1.5 million. Well, I'm sorry, what did you get again?
I got some shoes and a glove contract. That's all I needed.
That's it. And a pen and paper to write home, saying how homesick you were?
Yes.
We're all glad you stuck it out, though.
You know what? It's the beauty of this game, being around your teammates and growing as a person in the minor leagues and making your way to the major league level. And these are your family. We saw that today. Your family. You're around each other more, really, than your own family there for 9 months.
That's going to find the hole. That's going to be a 2-out single, his first as a Mariner. Drew Ellis is aboard.
Upstairs, 4-seam fastball goes back to when you see flares in the outfield, they're elevated pitches, and that's exactly what it was. Ellis able to bring his hands up. It's tough to get a flare when it's the lower part of the strike zone. You just can't lift that in the air, but elevate it, you can.
So now it's Abraham Toro with J.P. Crawford ejected from the game. Toro takes this spot. That's a ground ball, and Renifo on a hop and retires Toro. Fielder's choice 6-4. To the bottom of the 3rd, no score.
Every game, every night, everything you need to see. Get all the highlights with the fastest hour on television. Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
getting ready to pitch here. Let's go to our Kia player profile. Lowest ERA here at the Big A, going back since 1980. Saberhagen, Clancy, Meyer, McDonald, McHugh, and then Marco Gonzales at 2.21 since 1980. How about Sabes, though, at the top of the list? You remember him dealing here?
Yes. Actually, we had a pretty good staff going against a very powerful lineup all those years for the Angels. They had some superstars on their team at that stretch when we come into town. Tons of them. Future Hall of Famers throughout that. From Rod Carew, Reggie Jackson. You have borderline ones like Fred Lynn. Incredible lineups.
First plate appearance as an Angel for Monte Harrison. Swings through that curveball. Always wore number 3, but shows up here with number 13. Taylor Ward has 3 on lockdown. Said you could call him T-Money, but he strikes out right there. So first at bat, he goes down swinging.
Third strikeout in the game for Gonzales. Not a big strikeout guy. That's a fade changeup. Got a whiff percentage versus changeup at 22.5%. Just coming in the game, 27 strikeouts with his changeup of the 42 strikeouts this season.
Top of the order now. Here's Taylor Ward. Infield single to lead off the game. Angels had first and second with only 1 out in the first, but Gonzales got out of it. And then it was that top of the second that saw the trouble. A little flare. And Padlo was there for the second out of the third. So with Mike Trout now coming up, let's go to our Carl's Cam replay. You mentioned this. Great numbers against Marco Gonzales, and it is worth a replay.
And you look at historically for Trout, what he does against certain pitches, changeups. He crushes changeups. Even this season, Mike Trout, he's got 3 home runs career against Marco Gonzales. 400 batting average, slugging 1,000 versus changeups in a pitch that Marco Gonzales throws about 33% of the time.
I'm guessing that Fires and Lewis, he's also homered 3 times off of each of those guys, considering 3 or more versus 26 different pitchers in the bigs for Mike Trout. How many of the 26 can Mark Gubicza name?
That was almost another one there. That was right in Trout's zone. He's trying to elevate. Usually when you think of sinkers, you think lower third. He throws his 2-seam fastball upstairs. Between his cutter and his 2-seamer. Just because you say sinker doesn't mean it's going to be always the lower third. He'll elevate as he's trying to do here.
40 extra base hits for Trout. 22 homers, 16 doubles, 2 triples. The 1-2. Oh, that's going to stay fair. That is going to be a real tough play. Trout's going to beat it out. That's just too much speed down the line. Infield single.
Good to see Trouty running well. That's important always to see that. Well, Ellis made a real nice play on it. Get to the backhand. He's in foul territory. Off balance throw. But Trout easily beats that out. He always goes to that corner of the base and veers off to the right, giving Shohei a chance to swing the bat here. By the way, the most home runs versus any pitcher for Trouty, 8 versus King Felix.
Exit velo and sprint speed. 6 players, 80th percentile for both Mike Trout and Julio Rodriguez, both here today. Well, Rodriguez is watching on the telly. Ejected.
But he tries to pattern his game after Mike Trout, which is a great sign for a young player like him.
Historic season last year. And he's looking for an encore this year.
Talked about Shohei Ohtani in the opening, how amazing this week has been for him. See if he can cap it off here with a good game here against Gonzales, who is not great batting average wise, but a mammoth home run against him up in Seattle.
Ohtani walked in the first.
Hackett, 3-0. Hackett.
Green light.
Remember, he had a rocket a couple times already. Doesn't do it often. You gotta have trust. He knows the strike zone if he's going to swing.
So first and second after that walk to Ohtani. It's going to bring up David McKinnon. Another opportunity with the runner in scoring position for David, playing third base for the first time in his professional career. Told me he played first as a freshman, University of Hartford, but then played first for the next 3 years. Played a little shortstop in high school. He doesn't think it's that much different than first base, but this is the big leagues. It's a huge challenge. But he's here because of his bat.
His approach against Gonzales is like he had his first 2 hits, is going the other way. He's going to be forced to do that. He'll throw that cutter in. He's going to go away a lot of the pitches. He's got to think big part of the field. When I think of comparisons with Marco Gonzales, Dallas Keuchel is a guy that when he was on his game, he would get hitters to swing at so many non-strikes. That's Gonzalez's goal pretty much when he's taking the mound, is get you to swing at non-strikes.
Hit right to shortstop, and David McKinnon is retired on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Still scoreless to the 4th.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
So a few months ago, I realized I was losing my hair, and then I found Hims.
And a licensed healthcare provider prescribed me this new spray. The results have been amazing. I only wish I'd started sooner.
Like if you could start yesterday, do that. Regrow your hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Visit forhims.com.
Yeah! Nice. What? With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Fourth inning, David McKinnon, of course, getting the start at third base today. He was working on grounders yesterday and out there doing so again today. Do not adjust your monitors. That is, in fact, David McKinnon and Noah Syndergaard out there working on some grounders. I asked Noah, you guys are totally just messing with us now, right? Going everywhere the other guy goes. He said, just trying to stay athletic. First is the outfield, now the infield. But David McKinnon said, not bad for a guy who's 6'7". Maybe he needs to work on his footwork just a little bit. But nice to see them having some fun and getting some work in on Noah's day off.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting to see, Erica, for sure. And how do their personalities differ between McKinnon and Syndergaard?
Pretty spot on. Both dry senses of humor, very entertaining. But McKinnon also said, you know, he got that big base hit in the game last night, run scored as well. He was inside hitting during the middle innings with Matt Duffy. He thought Duffy was going first, came in, got the big knock. He was standing there at first. He said, okay, they're probably going to take me out of the game now. And he said, they're keeping me in. And then it dawned on him, all right, I'm going to be playing third for the rest of this game.
Yeah. Listen, Erica, we want you to stay cool down there on the on the field. You were right there in the kind of the hornet's nest while that was all going down. What was that like from your perspective?
It was interesting. I was trying to stay safe and just not let anything come flying in my direction, but a lot of intensity down there for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. Erica, thanks very much. We'll send is it a parasail? What is it? I know it's an umbrella, but is it a parasail? Parasol.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Thanks, Patty.
Yeah.
Good team player.
Yeah, I was brought up in Southern California. We pronounce that word a little differently. 1-1 now to Taylor Trammell. So new shortstop, Andrew Velasquez. So Duffy is out of the game. And Rengifo to second. Struck him out.
Came up with a breaking ball that was upstairs. Remember, when you have those kind of brawls like that, sometimes you get in the middle of that and you can get hurt. And you just don't know what happened there with Matt Duffy.
Right. Well, it's just such an incredible force of humanity and weight when everything gets pushed around. I mean, not speaking from experience, but I can only imagine that's a lot of bodies in there, especially the size of some of these Angels players. We've often talked about when you got Lorenzen and Syndergaard on your team.
Yeah, it's like having some fourth liners in hockey.
That's right.
The high energy guys you would bring out there in the fourth line. So, Suarez was really
he sure was
intense.
I was actually wondering if maybe he might get ejected from the game. He didn't. He's in there. You only have so many players. You know, but Suarez, Winker, and Iglesias, all teammates with the Cincinnati Reds,
and Lorenzen.
And Lorenzen, that's right, of course. A lot of carry on that one. Obviously, Suarez, a lot of power. Mike Trout feels for it. Has the catch at the track. Now we'll give you a quick word from Metro Water District.
Get a rebate to remove your thirsty lawn and plant a California-friendly garden. For more water-saving tips and rebates, go to bewaterwise.com.
So here's Adam Frazier. Came in to replace Jesse Winker. That's how that all got started. Initially started when Wantz threw behind Rodriguez, but then when he got Winker, that's when we got the melee. But Suarez retires Frazier. We remain scoreless. Bottom four coming up.
Hi, we're Warby Parker, and we're all about making vision care convenient. That's why we developed the Virtual Vision Test app. Use it to renew your expired glasses or contacts prescription from home with your phone in about 10 minutes. If everything looks good, a doctor will renew your prescription for $15. It's as easy as reading the eye chart at a doctor's office, except you're at home, on your phone, like you probably are right now. Download Virtual Vision Test today.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Life is about balance. If I get the proper amount of sleep, then I'm gonna be ready for whatever's to come. I use Aura Ring to always let me know everything that's going on with my body. The accuracy is what sets Aura apart. My sleep score is something that I'm always paying attention to. It's literally part of my morning routine. Always trying to make the most out of this thing we call life.
the stadium with the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack. For only $44, you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more info regarding the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/funpack.
Fun pack. That's some fun this inning against a very difficult pitcher against the Angels in Marco Gonzales.
Jared Walsh leading things off, no score, bottom of the 4th.
See if he doesn't try to sneak a fastball in on Walshy. An average velocity on his fastball. It doesn't overpower you, so it's all about spotting his fastball. It's about 86 to 90.
Well, that's what makes his changeup, right, so effective, and why he throws that so heavily.
And his average fastball velocity, one of the slowest in the game, though, but he spots well at 87.5 miles per hour. There's a couple other really good pitchers above him as far as not a lot of velocity on the fastball. Kyle Hendricks, Adam Wainwright, they spot their fastballs well, and their secondary pitches are outstanding.
And they're throwing 87, Kubi. I think we could get you back out there.
Again, from 40 feet, yes. One of those easy-go mounds, they put it out there for batting practice. I could do that.
Let's get you out there to drill somebody and get involved in a nice little. Just one time, one more time. That's all he needs.
Boy, the target's set. Basically hit the target. He was tapping the ground. Torrance was tapping the ground, and Walsh was able to fight that one off.
Walsh has struggled. And by struggled, I mean he does not have a hit in his career versus Gonzales. 0 for 12 now. Oh.
Ooh, I got a break on that one.
Sure did.
Wow. Anytime you see a pitcher kind of walk back in the mound and grab the rosin bag, it means he feels he made a pitch. You see a curveball touching the upper part of the strike zone.
Ball stays alive, the 2-2. Soft ground ball. And Gonzales is there. And a flip from Padlo, 1 away.
Now Max Stassi on first pitches when he puts it in play, 12 for 20 with 2 home runs. See him get back to that aggressive swing on the first pitch.
Aggressive on the first pitch, but rolls it over to third, and Ellis throws him out. So we have 2 down. So when you talk about changeup usage, he doesn't throw that fastball very hard, but the changeup usage is 3rd most in baseball behind Lopez and Davies. What's the separation? Why is he able to command that so effectively?
He gets an incredible spin rate on his changeup. Usually you think of most pitchers with successful changeups, they have very slow spin rate, but he has good spin rate on his changeup, and he'll throw it and he'll cut and also fade away. So 2 types of breaks on his changeup. You see that changeup breaking in. It's almost like he cuts the changeup, but then you look for that one he throws that fades away.
So here's Andrew Velasquez, who wasn't in the lineup to start. Matt Duffy got the start at second, but has left the ball game. We don't have a report or an update on Matt. Velasquez came into short, and Renifa moves over to second.
Boy, a lot of times when you have those skirmishes like that, people are, get stepped on when you're in the bottom of the pile, cleats. So you hope everyone after that, they all turn out and everything seems to be okay after that, because that was intense.
2-2.
So another one of those changeup they cut in. Now although the changeup will go just the opposite direction with it, that's what makes it so effective. That one has a little bit more spin than normal.
Tim Salmon let us know that Chuck Finley was here, so you get some of these old timers when they see a Donnybrook like that, they probably their mouth starts watering.
And Finn was always in there. You can count on Chuck Finley always being in there.
A little soft ground ball. Tough throw gets away, and Velasquez is going to go to second base on the error from Dylan Moore.
And you got an opportunity now with another guy in scoring position. Good hustle going down the line, and the low throw over the first base clearly would have had him if it's in the air, so it will be an error, straight error. A couple times already with 2 runners on, a couple guys in scoring position looking for that hit to get that first run across. Rengifo been solid of late. Much better too, batting from the right side.
Multi-hit game for Rengifo. He's been making a habit of that of late.
Slugging .444, facing left-handed pitching. Rengifo 289.
Three straight multi-hit games, 6 for 11 for Louis. Two down. Velasquez at second base. Long look at Velasquez.
The changeup. That's the one that fades down. See, both these pitchers with runners on base, they really slow it down as far as delivery to the plate. Both Suarez and Gonzales.
There's the 0-2. Misses. You think he sees a fastball this at bat?
He doesn't throw a high percentage of fastballs anyhow, but it's only about 35% on a 1-2 count.
Hit well, and now that's an outstanding play by Drew Ellis. Takes extras away and an RBI away. And Rengifo robbed of a knock. We remain scoreless. Marco Gonzales with a little help from his friends.
The game is changing, and so are the shows that talk about it. MLB Network's Off Base.
What's going on, everyone?
A modern baseball show for the modern baseball fan.
It doesn't get much better than sitting around and talking baseball.
Only on MLB Network.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis. You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night.
Only on MLB Network.
score, Angels and the Mariners. Great to have you along for the ride this Sunday afternoon on a gorgeous day in Southern California. Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, Erica Weston, our Bally Sports Angels crew. Jose Suarez, the bulk pitcher this afternoon. It's been an interesting game, to say the least, so far. Bench is cleared, ejections. Now the Angels just need to win.
Yep, find a way to win this game. A battle of really good plus changeups with these two lefties now. And just enough on a fastball, although Suarez can run his fastball 91, 95. Marco Gonzales is going to be, we saw that averaging a little over 87 miles per hour, but they spot it upstairs, and there's separation on the changeups. They make them both very effective.
Padlo, same high school as Tyler Wade, Murrieta Valley High School.
By the way, anything hit in the air today it's going to be a tough play. That's where you turn your body, whether you're an infielder or especially as an outfielder. Sometimes when the baseball's hit right on the barrel, though, you don't have that opportunity, but those high fly balls, make sure you get your body turned in the right direction.
The 0-2 swing and a miss. He got him.
There's that changeup, turns it over. Great spot. Not a lot of spin on his changeup.
And a lot of spin on the changeup of Marco Gonzales. Justin Upton, who didn't waste any time to get into the fray.
Still seeing quite a few fastballs.
0-2 to Jay Up. And back-to-back punch-outs for Suarez. Justin Upton strikes out.
He showed him the fastball and expanded the strike zone with his changeup. So far in the game for Upton, he's rolled into a double play and a strikeout.
Yeah, Suarez just showed him the full arsenal. Went fastball, curveball, changeup, and no chance. So 2 down here in the 5th. Luis Torrens is the batter for the M's. 9-1-2 due up bottom of the 5th for the Halos. Homestand continues for the Angels tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Syndergaard going against the Chicago White Sox and Lucas Giolito. A good matchup tomorrow night. Angels Live, 6 p.m. kicks it off.
Speaking of pretty good changeups, both of those really good changeups. Giolito, a really good changeup.
Shohei Ohtani on the bump on Wednesday. And the filthy TBD on Tuesday. 0-2. Out towards right field. Taylor Ward coming over. Long run. Unable to make the play, and it drops fair. That's going to be a base hit. 2-out knock for Luis Torrens. Just stayed fair on the flare.
But just went with the pitch. It ends up going right there by the chalk line.
So 1 on, 2 out. There's Dylan Moore.
Seen that a lot from the Angels pitchers. That first pitch, curveball for a strike. High percentage of those this season for the staff.
Well, 3-1. Drew Ellis on deck.
Dylan Moore, though, when he puts himself into a spot where he can just sit on a fastball, he's pretty dangerous on a fastball.
Fastball count, 3-1.
That's how quick he was looking for a fastball. That was off the plate, and he was still quick enough. Now you would think for Suarez, with a swing like that, a changeup, especially if you get it towards that outside corner, should be perfect. Quick hands for Moore, pulled it foul. Sometimes you think, okay, now I'm going to go back in there because he is looking away, but that's your best pitch, your changeup. You got to go with number 1.
Jose Suarez will be deliberate on the hill, especially.
By the way, I never really ever see a 3-2, 2-out pickoff at first.
Really?
No, because they're going anyhow on a 3-2 count.
Well, got him. Struck out the side. No score.
MLB Big Inning brings you the biggest plays of the night, live as they happen. Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel. It's nonstop action on MLB Big Inning, every night on MLB.tv.
Monte Harrison making his first start as a Halo. All-around tremendous athlete in high school, Kansas City, Missouri. Lee's Summit High School in football as a receiver. Look at number 3 go up and get it. His senior year, state championship, they won 2 state titles, 60 receptions, 1,007 yards, 13 touchdowns. Also rushed for 198 yards, 12 touchdowns, even threw a touchdown pass. He committed to Nebraska to play baseball for Darren Erstad and also football. But Brewers, they drafted him in the 2nd round, and he decided to go this route of baseball. His brother, Shaquille Harrison, Shaq Harrison, is an NBA player. So all-around tremendous athlete and athletic family. Always wore number 3 because there were 3 kids, 3 Harrisons, but he's number 13 here, wearing the red of the Angels. Like a young Mark Gubaza going up and snatching the football out of the air, running down the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
I think you were just the defensive end attacking the quarterback, if I'm not mistaken.
I love the fact playing all sports. You know, getting an opportunity to play different sports, feel comfortable doing that.
Three and one. Yet to see the type of speed that he possesses.
Good hack and a sinker that was up enough where he's trying to drive at the right center. Imagine right now Harrison's going to have to deal with the changeup from Marco Gonzales. He's trying to punch that to right.
Three-2 to Monte Harrison. Struck him out. Changeup. So Harrison's first 2 at-bats, he has struck out swinging. Get your red on. Experience the excitement of Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more and get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups for more details. Considering that spin, high spin rate on the changeup from Gonzales on a day game to make it that much tougher to pick up.
Yeah, it definitely is for hitters. Bright sunshine, even with a good batter's eye here at the Big A, it's tough to read that out of his hand. And usually when you think of spin rate, you think of slower spin rate on changeups as compared to fastball and breaking pitches. Same thing you'll see with Shohei's splitter. Not a lot of spin on that one. You know, he's got the 5th lowest spin rate on his fastball, the lowest on his cutter. But also you look at his changeup, 3rd highest and 5th lowest. You look at his spin rate on his changeup, he's got more spin on his changeup than his other 3 pitches, which is something you very rarely see. But a high percentage changeup. So that's the pitch he goes to when he needs an out, when he needs a strikeout. But you have to have, as a hitter, you got to think big part of the field go the other way. When you're trying to pull that, it's tough with that late spin he has on it at the zone.
Really tough. Well, 1-1 to Taylor Ward. It's a ball, 2-1. With that cutter at the top of the zone, doesn't get the call from John Bacon. Home plate umpire Bacon's got to be sizzling down there. It's a hot day. Sorry. My bad for hamming it up.
3-1 now for Taylor. Need to get some offense going. Had some base runners in the game. Might get a chance at a fastball.
He does. And Taylor Ward, left field, off the base of the wall. That's going to be a double. It's going to bring up Mike Trout. 1 out. And a runner in scoring position.
You wonder if they'll pitch to Trout here now. Open base. Trout's numbers, Shohei's numbers not as strong against Marco Gonzales. 2 hits in the game, an infield hit, and then this rocket left center.
Just squared it up too well. Otherwise, that would have left the ballpark. Yeah, they don't waste any time. That's another intentional walk. That's 114 intentional walks. And that is an Angels record. He just passed Vladimir Guerrero.
I'm sure all said and done, Trout's going to have every record.
Yeah. Manny Acta is the manager with Scott Service thrown out of the game. And here's what Shohei Ohtani did last night. Logan Gilbert, 118, exit velo, 462 feet.
This is the sound off that bat. Incredible.
That takes us to our stats with Lowe's. Most home runs with an exit velo, 110 plus. Only Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has more with 1, and Shohei is on his tail with 30. Then you see Stanton, Judge, and Alvarez. How about that list of sluggers?
Yeah, that's the last couple seasons. Judge, I don't know about what he had on today, but he walked it off against the Astros, so he probably crushed that one.
1 out, first and second for Shohei. First pitch driven to right field. Upton is there. Going back is Ward to tag.
He's caught that ball on the transfer. He dropped it. Yeah. So it's going to be an out, but still he was tagging up and going. On the transfer, he dropped it. Hit well by Shohei, but right at Upton was playing deep, right in front of the warning track. See, anytime you see an outfielder and the ball's caught in the glove, and on the transfer, even an infielder when they turn a double play, it's on the transfer, it's going to be called an out. Now McKinnon up again, another opportunity. Now he's up twice already with two runners on. Another chance. Hit the ball hard last time up. I think it was 106 miles per hour exit velocity though. Hit it hard, right at the shortstop.
Shohei hit it pretty well, 107 exit velo, but right at Upton. So first and third, 2 outs for McKinnon. In there for a strike, 0-1. No score, bottom of the 5th. Mariners looking to sweep a road trip and go 6-0. McKinnon hoping to flare that one in there, but Frazier is there for the catch. Another opportunity loss for the Halos.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He leaps and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout.
The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Sense. Talk about changeups of both lefties here today. Marco Gonzales, his changeup been very effective getting swing and miss with that fade action, a lot more spin on. Then you got Suarez, whose changeup much better, reminiscent of last year's changeup so far in this game. And you look at the difference in the spin rate of the changeups of Jose Suarez at 1575 RPM and 2090 RPM spin rate on the changeup and the average spin rate on a changeup is 1729. Velocity very similar, though a little bit slower for Gonzales, with more of that spin rate and the drop average. And then for me, it's that break average where you see plus 16% for Marco Gonzales, minus 28%. So you have that ability to have that fade going down and also that fade going away for Suarez. So he can bring that changeup going in Gonzales a little bit better.
You did an amazing job explaining that. I understand it. Two lefties throwing a change completely different and breaking different ways. It's hard to understand.
It is. I think when you try to explain, especially spin rate on a changeup, it's whether, you know, you see not many people, hardly anybody ever throws a knuckleball anymore, unless you're Jack Mayfield, who threw a knuckleball in a game this year for the Angels. But changeups and splitters, the reason why, because hitters just don't see that rotation of the baseball where they can pick that up and see the spin. That determines if it's a fastball or sometimes a breakable, so that throws off the timing. But Gonzales has a little bit more, so he's able to throw that one that cuts down and in, but also will go down and away very effectively. Suarez has that great one as far as can start middle of the plate, but also go down and away the right-handed batter or down and into a lefty.
Right-handed batter Drew Ellis, 1-1 count. In there. Changeup on cue. Drew Ellis singled in his first plate appearance. In his first game as a Mariner. Lifting a lazy fly ball to right field, but that's going to drift into the seats, and we will give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Top six, no score. Count remains 1-2.
Got some pretty good swing and miss and chases on his curveball. Couldn't quite get one on that one. I like that pitch for Suarez in the spot against Ellis.
Two struck him out, and that's 5 for Suarez. The last 4 outs all by strikeout.
And another good changeup. Just fades down. Boy, just trying to stay back, trying to punch it the other way. Somewhere up in heaven, David Bowie's singing changes right now with these two lefties with their great changeups here today.
You would have had the different situation. That would have been the key to the game. I know it. Abraham Toro, 0 for 1. This is the #1 spot in the batting order. J.P. Crawford ejected from the game. 1 of 4 for the Mariners, 4 for the Angels. And a bench clearing brawl in the second. Towards left field, Monte Harrison going back to the wall, and that leaves the yard. Abraham Toro, solo home run, 1-0 Mariners.
On a day like today, the way the pitchers are pitching, that's what you're looking for, that one mistake, and he got a fastball. And Abraham Toro drove that one out. So remember, he had that big home run when he was with Houston when Verlander was throwing a no-hitter. That's hard of the plate. All as you can hope for. He just missed it, but he didn't. Got that barrel on it and drove it a long way. That's right by the 390 sign.
7th homer of the year for Toro. That's a big run on the board for the Mariners. They've won 5 in a row, all on the road. 0-1 to Taylor Trammell. Shift on to the right side. So far, David McKinnon hasn't seen any action down there at third, has he? He's all by his lonesome on the left side. Told me it feels pretty weird when that happens.
Bottom line is you have a pitcher that has a fairly low ground ball percentage. So that's a lot of times when you're setting up your defense in the infield, as a manager, you're thinking, okay, I have a guy that gets strikeouts and fly balls, so I can get that extra bat in the lineup as compared to for the defensive purposes.
Two strikes now, so McKinnon drops back towards shortstop. 1-2, and another strikeout for Suarez.
Lefty on lefty punch out. So that's that one that goes straight down. I'll have that one that goes down and away. That's straight down. Perfect pitch.
5 straight outs via the strikeout for Suarez. 6 total in the game.
There's a chance now McKinnon to get a ground ball with Suarez at the plate now, especially if he could throw him a curveball first pitch.
There's Eugenio Suarez. 2 down. And fastball's in there. That's going to be a little flare into left field. That's going to fall for a hit.
Got quite a few of them in this series, but you got to give him credit for making contact, although more strikeouts against him today. Overall, 8 strikeouts against Mariner batters for Angels pitching today.
So 1 on, 2 outs for Adam Frazier. Just off the plate. Duo for the Angels, bottom of the 6th. Walsh, Stassi, and Velasquez. 1-0 Seattle, solo home run. Abraham Toro here in the 6th.
Guy that makes contact a ton. Try to get him to make contact early in an at bat, get it on the ground.
1-2. Suarez the chance at another strikeout.
Just a little below the strike zone, though. Definitely was looking something off speed and got a fastball, froze him. So just a fraction below the strike zone.
So with 2 outs and 1 on, here comes the 2-2 from Suarez. Another little flare. That one drops also.
See the contact here? That's why you're almost playing into his hand. throwing a lot of pitches because he's going to make contact. Over 87% contact rate, and generally it's not hard hit rate, but he's put it in play.
Fraction of an inch.
He's a left-handed version of David Fletcher as far as consistent contact rate and put the ball in play all fields, whether it's down or especially if it's elevated in Fletcher's case.
2 on, 2 out. Here's Kevin Padlow. You mentioned David Fletcher. Spoke to him briefly today. He was taking ground balls for the 2nd straight day. He's doing some running at about 70%. He'll join the team on the road trip. Hopefully see him back full strength sometime after the All-Star break. He's had a lot of time on his hands, so he's been throwing the weights around. He's bulking up.
Big batter here for Suarez and the Angels. Keep this just a 1-0 deficit. Gonzales, the 3rd time through the lineup. 286, jumps up from 233 the 2nd time to 286. 3rd time through, 4th time through, 333. So you won't be surprised to see the bullpen start to move a little bit for Seattle as Gonzales takes the mound. Bottom of the 6th, but you got to keep it a 1-0 deficit.
Time between pitches last 2 years ranks among 347 pitchers with 500+ pitches. For Suarez, he ranks 330th with the bases empty and with runners on, 298th. 23 seconds and 26 seconds between pitches. With the pitch clock implemented possibly next season, that would have to change.
Especially because he was down in minor league action too, and the pitch clock is involved there. You would think you would have picked up the pace. The reason why I've always been a big believer having pace picked up, because you want your defenders to make plays behind you. They want them on their toes. See guys, on the heels or hands and the glove on the waist. You don't want to see that. You want them on their toes and ready on that prep step.
Here's the 3-1. Full count. It was in the 6th inning last night that Padlow had a single towards the right side, scored 2. It's a 2-run victory, 5-3 for the Mariners. Two on, 2 out, full count. Runners go, found back.
Change up. That's the one you can make contact with and put it in play. You see a foul ball like that now for Suarez. Go back to the changeup. It doesn't necessarily have to be a strike, I don't think, on this one. You can go down with this changeup and out of the strike zone.
Justin Upton is on deck. Runners will be on the move again. 3-2. Ground ball. Velasquez is going to play that on a hop. Throws across, and Walsh with the scoop and the out.
Wow, that was a great scoop. That is a difficult play for a first baseman. That short hop made it look easy. Walsh keeps it a 1-0 deficit on the throw across from Velasquez.
And he leads off.
I hate when reality.
It's like the hitters know what I'm gonna throw every time.
It's cheating. It's not fair.
Hi, I'm retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia, and pitchers across America are sad. If I was still pitching, I'd be sad too. But since I'm retired and my son Carson's a hitter, We love Win Reality.
Yeah, I train in here and get to see game speed pitches, work on my timing, and my pitch recognition. Plus, this pitcher doesn't get tired like...
Watch yourself.
Should Viagra really cost $90? We don't think so. RexMD.com has FDA-approved generic Viagra at 90% off with free shipping. Want to know what other guys are saying about RexMD.com?
This was my first time using telemedicine, and I'd recommend this process to anyone. I couldn't be happier with the product.
Visit RexMD.com and fill out a brief survey. If appropriate, you can try generic Viagra for 90% off and get a free supply of testosterone support. Your consultation is free, there's no copays, and no doctor office visits. Visit RexMD.com.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
California Cadillac dealers. By Jack in the Box, introducing the new $5.99 double bacon cheesy Jack combo at Jack in the Box. Order on the new Jack app today. And by Metro Water District. Get a rebate to remove your lawn and put in California-friendly plants. For water-saving tips, go to bewaterwise.com. Back here at the Big A, Sunday afternoon baseball. Angels need to find a way to get on the board. They need a win to avoid the sweep. Seattle looking to sweep a road trip for the first time since 2016. Jared Walsh, who ended the inning with a good scoop at first, leads off. Marco Gonzales, effective through his 5 innings.
A lot of room to left field. Both on the left side of the infield as they're moving around a little bit more, but a ton of room down the left field line. Gonzales pitches away so effectively. Just punch that ball out that way. Still adjust inside if he tries to sneak a fastball.
And it beats the shift. Leadoff single for Jared Walsh.
Adjusts it on the inside part of the plate and lines it by the infield with the shift on.
First hit for Jared Walsh against Marco Gonzales. He was 0 for 13. Max Stassi. First pitch. Drew Ellis going to go the short way. He's trying to get to. Double play has just been an absolute killer for the Halos. Time for our Arco top tier play. For that, we're going to go to the Bronx, New York. Aaron Judge. Yankees, Astros, walk-off 3-run home run in the 10th inning for Judge, who leads baseball in homers. He just won his arbitration case, second walk-off of that 4-game series for Judge.
How about how far that's over the bullpens and into the stands in left center field. That's a bomb to hit it out to left center into the bullpen, let alone over that.
They split that 4-game series, and every one of those games was pretty remarkable, thrilling. Of course, a no-hitter for the Astros yesterday. If they were to meet in the postseason, who do you like?
Well, right now, I don't discount how good the Astros are. They are really, really good. In that game, they had only 1 hit. Urquidy only allowed 1 hit in 7 innings. And they got Verlander throwing Verlander-like again this year.
Well, we saw Munoz in this series throwing straight gas. He's up for the Mariners. Yankees now 53-20. That was the 28th home run for Judge. quick pitch action. Time was called.
And it's a good idea as a pitcher. You always follow through. You don't want to stop in the middle of your delivery.
Swing and a miss. So a leadoff single from Walsh, then a double play and a strikeout. Angels retire to the 7th.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive. But here's the secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell it directly to your customers. Like we do. Oh, hi. We're Warby Parker. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And the best part? You can try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
This Tuesday as the Angels take on the White Sox at 6:30 p.m. First 25,000 fans will receive a player cup set courtesy of Toyota. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. Now wrapping up halfway to Christmas here in June. Thank everybody for being with us here this afternoon. Angels and the Mariners top 7, 1-0 Seattle. Jose Suarez has only allowed a solo home run to Abraham Toro and now faces Justin Upton. Not available for the Angels in the bullpen. Ryan Tepera, Raisel Iglesias. Both ejected during the brawl. Just foul, 2-1.
Oh, that's a good changeup. That's the one that's so effective, especially against right-handed batters.
Upton's hit into a double play and struck out in the game. That's in there. That's another strikeout for Upton and another one for Suarez. For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Focusing on the changeup of Suarez.
Coming in the game, even talked about it a little bit on the pregame show today about how important that pitch is for him. Last year was so dominant, 145 batting average, 40 strikeouts. This year, 290. a little bit different, but it's got the strikeout working with its changeup here today. %36% changeup usage today.
Got 7 strikeouts on the afternoon.
You go back to what he normally would do, it's usually around 24% coming into the game today.
He's got to work it tough to read the spin on it. Here's Luis Torrens catching this afternoon. Another changeup. Quickly 0-2.
Boy, as a catcher, you're thinking right along with Suarez, and Torrens doesn't go after that one. Thought, okay, went after the changeup before, tried to get him a swing at a non-strike changeup. He was able to take that one.
Career high in strikeouts for Suarez. He's 8. He's 1 off of that mark, and has Torrens 1-2. Suarez accomplished that last September versus Texas, and he went CG. In there. There it is. He's tied his career high with his 8th strikeout. The fastball froze Torrens.
And that's another one of those times as a catcher, you're thinking along right with him, and he threw him a fastball instead. He frees him at 92. That's why I think hitting for a catcher is so hard, because you're so used during the course of a game how you're setting up hitters on the defensive side, and then you're trying to think the same way as a batter in the game. It's tough.
8 strikeouts ties a career high, and just 5 2/3 for Jose Suarez. Suarez just recalled before today's game. Dylan Moore now fouls it back. Counts 1-1.
Nice play.
Very nice play. I saw a splash of some liquid. Not sure if it cost him a beverage or not, but he's got himself a great souvenir. One and 2, 1 strike away from a career high in strikeouts. If he can get Dylan Moore. He was 0 for 2 with 1 K.
So far already in this game, 9 swing and misses on his changeup. 9. Most times when you think of changeups, think of soft contact, easy outs, but he's got a lot of swing and misses. Got a whiff percentage coming in at 35.9 on his changeup.
He's already in his 4th year with the Angels. He's only 24 years old, out of Naguanagua, Venezuela. There's times when he shows such plus stuff that you feel like, you know, he should be a mainstay in the 6-man rotation. He was to start the year. They have a full count. Suarez has struck out 7 of the last 12 batters. That's lifted towards left field, hit a mile high, but Monte Harrison is there. And Suarez, 1-2-3, 7th inning.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Using the old baseball stats only give.
Watch games and coverage all day.
Watch this. Watch this. You've underestimated everything I've been through. I think you can't imagine all the things that I can do. I see you on the pedestal, you pull yourself upon to. I'm a wild animal here to devour you.
Now plenty of time left in this ball game. 1-0 Seattle over the Angels as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. We have had 8 people, players and coaches, ejected from the game today. Phil Nevin, Andrew Wantz, Raisel Iglesias, Ryan Tepera for the Angels. There was a big brawl in the 2nd inning for the Mariners. Manager Scott Service and players Jesse Winker, Julio Rodriguez, and J.P. Crawford, alongside Mark Kubaza, Patrick O'Neill, Erica Weston. Mike Trout was thrown at yesterday, intentional or not. It was up at the head from Eric Swanson. Then he was intentionally walked right after the pitch. We saw Phil Nevin show his frustration after the game. Rodriguez, Wantz threw behind him. Next inning hit Winker. Winker went after the Angels bench. And from there, just complete and total chaos, a 16-minute delay. And Gooby, you can attest to that being one of the bigger brawls we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, there was a lot of energy in that one there too, because like I said, a lot of these guys know each other, they're friends, but in that environment got really intense.
Baseball going back into the Autry booth.
Everyone seems to be okay in there.
Yep. They're clapping and smiling. Luis Rengifo
Well, he's got to look change-up and stay back on a change-up. React on his fastball, but his change-up, just making good contact with it.
Last time out at Oakland for Marco Gonzales, he picked up the win, went 7 on 101 pitches. Grounded foul. Let's go down to Erica Weston. We know that Matt Duffy had to leave this game. What do you have for us here?
Yeah, we just got an update from the Angels. They say he was removed from today's game with lower back tightness. So that is the diagnosis for Matt Duffy as of right now.
All right, thank you very much. Ray Montgomery is the acting manager here. With Phil ejected. Automatic ejection, of course. Little inside, that wakes up the fans here at the Big A.
Again, you can still pitch inside as a pitcher. There's no intent whatsoever behind that.
That's hit towards left field. It's got some carry to it. Luis Rengifo with some power. We got a tie game. Rengifo almost fell, rounding first base. Goes back to pick something up. But that's a huge home run.
And Rengifo bomb. Left center ties it up. Showing that power from the right side. 444 slugging. 289 from the right side. Some carry. Mentioned that carry in the day.
Rengifo gets the cowboy hat after his 3rd home run. We are all squared up.
Boy, he went down and got a changeup. He looked changeup and gets it over the wall. That's at the 390 sign, though.
So here's Rengifo. He tries to get past first baseman Kevin Padlo. Chain drops. Have to go back for that. It's probably expensive.
So mentioned that 3rd time through against Marco Gonzales. On its way to that 4th time through. I can't imagine him getting beyond this batter here. But they're going to swing by Rengifo.
2-1 to Harrison, downstairs 2-2. So Monte in his first start with the Angels, 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts. So some new energy here at the Big A. Here's the 3-1. That's off the plate, so we got to see some speed now on the base pass for the Halos.
And more than likely, you're going to probably see a right-handed pitcher, what gives him a better chance to get a stolen base.
Great point. Manny Acta, who is the acting manager for the Seattle Mariners. He's coming out to take the baseball from Marco Gonzales. Well, he went 6+, and he leads in a tie game. Pitching change.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
No shots. One by Toro and one by Rengifo. By the way, those look delicious right there on a Sunday. It was a Sunday on a Sunday. Andres Munoz is in. You see that ERA, but we saw him in his last outing Friday. 1 2/3, 3 strikeouts, 0 earned runs, 21 pitches, touching 100, and it's that slider off that fastball that is so effective.
Yeah, but also he throws a lot of sliders. So for me, especially with the speed of Harrison at first base, Munoz has allowed 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts this year. Got to anticipate a lot of sliders thrown, especially first pitch or second pitch to Taylor Ward. I think you got to go on and try to steal a bag.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Angel Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. As Taylor Ward steps up, 6 career stolen bases in the big leagues.
By the way, anybody comes in the game has to get that same warning from the home plate umpire that anything thrown inside the field, there's a purpose behind it, then you're thrown out of the game. So every time you see anyone coming in, that'll be the exact same thing.
All right, that's what happened with Munoz. Yeah, so the 6 stolen bases in 2020. He wasn't caught that year with the Marlins. That was that COVID 60-game season. And this year with Salt Lake, 50 games, 20 stolen bags, caught only 3 times.
And on cue, first pitch slider. Throws slider about 61% of the time. Mentioned 4-seam fastball, 400 batting average, 3 home runs allowed, slugging 650 on a fastball that can get up to 102 miles per hour.
One and one. Slider downstairs.
If you go by data, he's around 2/3 of the time he'll throw a slider 1-1. Torrens has thrown out 29% of base steals. That's pretty solid for Seattle this year. Might be a pitch to try.
Taylor Ward has 2 hits in the game, a single and a double. And a quick throw to check on Harrison. He gets back. Two and one. Tied up 1-1, bottom 7. 1 on, nobody out. A good count here to Taylor Ward.
I'm even looking at times at the plate. He's got a pretty high leg kick. Pretty good spin on a slider, but not well above average spin rate on a slider. It's a hard one, though. 90-92.
Slider heavy AB here to Taylor Ward.
Another slider. When you're throwing 61% of your pitches are sliders.
Well, 100% in this at bat. Full count. In there. Another slider. And Taylor Ward strikes out looking.
Made sure he threw that in the strike zone. And Taylor was anticipating that slider to have that downward action. It kind of stayed flat and freezes him in the middle of the plate.
6 straight sliders to Taylor Ward.
And if I'm Trout, I'm sitting first pitch slider right now. Got the Express at 100.
This is the guy you want up here. 53 home runs versus the Mariners. Most versus Seattle by any player. Most homers by one opponent in history. Albert versus Houston and Albert versus the Cubs. 62 and 57. Whoa. That gets away from Torres, and Harrison now in scoring position. So he went 6 straight sliders to Taylor Ward and 2 fastballs in a row.
And that fastball above the head of Trout, but home plate umpire again, the discretion. Walking him again.
Yet another intentional walk, the second of the ball game to Mike Trout.
Now Shohei Ohtani, who has great numbers against breaking balls this year, and he's going to see quite a few of them. It's just the opposite last year. Everybody was walked in front of Shohei Ohtani when he was coming to the plate. Shohei, you know how he's feeling right now.
Well, they're going to talk things over, and we'll give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
By the way, Shohei Ohtani versus breaking balls this year, 292 as compared to 270 versus fastball. 7 home runs, slugging 562.
Well, this is what the people came to see here, Gooby.
Trying to take advantage of a couple walks like Seattle did in the first 2 games of the series. See if the Angels can take advantage of a couple walks.
First pitch popped up, mile high. Adam Frazier has it. Went after the slider. And we have 2 away here in the 7th. David McKinnon, he came up in the first inning with 2 on, and he flew out. He came up in the 3rd with 2 on, and he grounded out into a fielder's choice. He came up in the 5th with 2 on, 1st and 3rd, and 2 outs in that situation.
Well, ground ball in that hole again, the right side with that speed of Monte Harrison. Get that lead run.
Oliver Ortega's up for the Halos. McKinnon hitting cleanup, and he has had every opportunity to clean up, but Gonzales was able to handle him. His first 3 at-bats, and a great opportunity for him to be a hero right here. Heavy fastball in on the hands, just ties him up right in his kitchen there.
Boy, 101 ties him up. Fastball running off the plate when you have a hitter looking slider. Tell by that swing, he's looking slider away.
Two on, 2 out, tied at 1. Here's the 1-2, misses.
As much as he throws sliders, I would not be surprised if he tried a fastball inner half again. See if David McKinnon can find a way to make some contact on it.
Second time for McKinnon, seeing Munoz 0 for 1. great speed coming around second. The throw to third is in time. Is it in time? It is. The runner is safe at second. So the speed from Monte Harrison.
The run scored. Run scored. Out at third.
Yeah, out at third. Run scored. 2-1 Angels.
They always will check that to make sure, but that run had scored before Trout.
It was
at third.
I know, very close. I saw Harrison run in third. Then I saw that throw go to third.
That's why you hustle all the way through the play.
That's it. That gives the Angels the lead 2-1.
The game is changing, and so are the shows that talk about it. MLB Network's Off Base.
What's going on, everyone?
A modern baseball show for the modern baseball fan.
It doesn't get much better than sitting around and talking baseball.
Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stands. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run. Mike Piazza. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Welcome outside the big games. We get you ready for Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Ken French, that's Tim Salmon, and maybe Mark Gubaza. There's a rumor he might join us. Yes, Jose Suarez, great performance, some clutch hitting down the stretch. We got to talk about that brawl in the second inning. How can it galvanize this team moving forward?
Well, I mean, this game's been played with an edge. I mean, haven't you felt it? I mean, the energy, I'm telling you, going forward, this is some of the things sometimes that can get a team turned around.
Yeah, David McKinnon coming up clutch. Oliver Ortega takes to the mound right now as we head to the top of the 8th. Make sure you join us for the post-game show. But right now, it's back to Patrick and Gooby.
Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks very much. That was just great hustle by Monte Harrison to run all the way through home plate.
That is why you never take anything for granted. Show that speed. That's a great play by Trammell out in center field, knowing you're not going to have a shot at the plate, so quickly throw to third to get that out at third before he would score. Harrison flying around, slides in there head first. Go ahead run.
So Oliver Ortega's in, and Tyler Wade comes in at third base and replaces the man that came through big, David McKinnon, and wouldn't you know it, finds him. So let's see how close it was, because Harrison knew it was a base hit. You have this blazing fast runner. Now he looks back. He slowed up for a second.
Look how close that is. Hand on the plate and then tag. The swim move made that a little bit longer of a tag by Ellis at third, but Trammell just made an outstanding play and decision to throw the third. Big base hit by David McKinnon.
And Monte Harrison was almost coasting into third. He slowed up and then he looked back and he probably saw Trout taking third and picked up, kicked it into high gear. And with everything going on in this game with the Angels trying to avoid the sweep, how huge is that? So here's the man, Abraham Toro, who put the Mariners on the board with a solo home run. Really nice job by Jose Suarez, Gooby.
Yeah, 6 incredible innings on the mound. 8 strikeouts, no walks. Excellent, excellent effort.
Tied a career high with the 8 walks did Suarez. Ground ball into the ship. And Velasquez played perfectly. 2 down. We'll give you a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
So 2 ground ball outs for Oliver Ortega. Taylor Trammell now the batter.
Very aggressive on the first pitch.
Trammell 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. And this was the spot in the order for Julio Rodriguez. 1 of 4 ejected for the Mariners in the brawl in the second. And it was the type of brawl where you just have no idea what's going on in the center of it. We heard Erica give us the report that Matt Duffy left this game with back tightness. You're going to want to stick around for Angels Live post-game show for all the reaction to this one, for sure.
It's a good life. Fastball for Ortega. When he's locked in, he can bounce that nasty curveball and get a chase with it.
Ortega pitched Friday night, 2 innings. 1 earned run. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Angels cling to a 2-1 lead.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
And award-winning safety. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. By Carl's Jr. Sink your teeth into the new Primal menu and Beyond Raptor at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. Well, for David McKinnon to come through, that was absolutely enormous. In that bottom of the 7th inning. And for McKinnon, who had so many opportunities in his first 3 at-bats, that's a big-time RBI. It gives the Angels a 2-1 lead. It was close with Harrison just scoring ahead of Trout being thrown out at third. Ken Giles is now on for the Mariners.
Well, it's a big-time story for Seattle. Giles been out for quite a while with Tommy John. He's always had a power fastball. He settles that one in on average about 95 miles an hour. Just a couple seasons ago, it was averaging 97 miles an hour. So far this season, fastball, slider.
Jared Walsh leads off. First pitch barely off the plate. Brought this up earlier in the game when I said that I'm trying to judge who had the advantage on who was leaving this game. And you looked at the bats, position players that left for the Mariners, and you correctly pointed out that don't forget about that back end of the bullpen for the Angels without Shapiro, without Iglesias. And you said first things first, get a lead, which the Angels now have.
I mean, Seattle losing 3 outstanding bats in a lineup in that fight, and then the Angels losing their 8th and 9th inning guy in that brawl.
And as you see, nobody up for the Angels, which means you could deduce that Oliver Ortega will try to shut the door in the 9th inning for the Angels. Can they add on? $26,489 announced attendance here. A Sunday afternoon ball game at the Big A. One-two, got him looking.
Well, when you're expecting a fastball, he drops a backdoor slider.
Max Stassi up 0 for 3. Angels catcher. He's been right in the middle of everything here today.
How about that drive to right center for Max Stassi? Add-on run.
Let's see it. No chance there. 2-0.
See, he's just pulling off the baseball just enough. His timing's off. That's the pitch. That was a perfect pitch for Max Stassi with his swing to drive right center. See him telling himself to stay back, think middle.
So good count now for Stassi to do some damage. 3-1. Seattle fans have been into this game all afternoon. They have certainly seen a bit of everything. Well, Stassi draws the walk.
This big walk last inning by Monte Harrison that set up the go-ahead run. The Angels in this game, although 2 of them intentional walks to Trout, have picked up 6 walks. It's when you look for maybe some situational type hitting here now for Andrew Velasquez. He's got a ton of room. If he can turn on one down in the right field corner, fun to watch these guys go around the bases, especially if he gets a slider from Giles.
See if he can put something in play. That one misses, 1-0. Halos with 2 runs on 6 hits. Solo home run by Luis Rengifo tied it up at 1. In last half inning, David McKinnon clutch RBI single. Monte Harrison scoring his first run as an Angel. Fly ball right field.
Notice how he's turning the body and to get himself in better position. Justin Upton.
Yes, sir.
You get a better chance to look up at the sun. Even with the glasses on, it's not an easy play. If you turn the body, you get yourself in position to catch it.
Velasquez flies out, 2 out, and here's Luis Rengifo. Last time up, tying home run. His 3rd of the season. And coming into today, 3 straight multi-hit games. Chance to add to it.
Some action in the bullpen for the Angels. Just getting loose just in case. Jaime Barria. Anytime you've been out of the game for as long as Giles has been out, command is always going to be that ups and downs coming back. So in 14 pitches, 9 of them so far out of the strike zone.
All right, 3-0.
Go back to our Hyundai key for the game today with the Angels trailing 1-0. Come sail away, change up down and sails away out of the ballpark for Rengifo to tie it up at 1.
Well, he really had to go down and get that.
Yeah, that got the upper part of the strike zone.
That's a walk for Luis Rengifo. First and second.
It's Brandon Marsh now.
That's right. Well, with Brandon Marsh pinch hitting, Pete Woodward wants to go out and have a chat.
And he's going to go lefty-lefty here. No, just going to go out there to make sure to go over the scouting report for a guy that hasn't faced Brandon Marsh before. That's that conversation was about.
Yeah, I didn't see Acta going out, but last time we saw Woodworth go out to the mound, well, this whole mess got started.
That's a good decision, and you want to make sure you go over the scouting report. Now, if you're Brandon Marsh, you got to make sure you bring Giles' fastball down in the strike zone. Very, very important for Brandon Marsh here, because these are some big runs out there.
Mariner Marsh swinging first pitch. Fouled it back. Two on, two out, the 0-1.
You see, that's the scouting report trying to stay upstairs with a four-seamer.
Says he went. Adrian Johnson.
I think part of the reason you get that call is because your body turns as a left-handed batter. It's a better view for a third base umpire. Did he go? No, but because he turned his body, he could see that barrel of the bat a little bit easier. But I didn't think he went on that one, but the body showed it because he turned that front shoulder open in his hip.
Well, that super slow-mo tells you how Marsh felt about it. Here's the 1-2. And swing and a miss. Giles gets him down to the final 3 outs. Can the Angels hang on?
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stands. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Inning, we had a bench clearing brawl. This was no mini tussle, mind you. We had 8 players and coaches ejected from this ball game, including Crawford, who went over the top. We saw excellent pitching from one Jose Suarez, who's hoping to pick up the W here today. He went 6 with 8 strikeouts, no walks. And then Luis Rengifo of Marco Gonzales, 3rd home run. That was a big one because it ties the game. And then David McKinnon with an RBI single scores Monte Harrison safe, just beating the out at 3rd. David McKinnon letting you know how he felt about it. Let's go. And Gooby on the hill right now to try to pick up this save. 6-out save action for his first of his career. Oliver Ortega clinging to a 2-1 lead. He's got to face a pretty tough hitter in Eugenio Suarez, but there is a strikeout, as we know, in his game.
Swings the first pitch often if it's near the zone.
Letting you know why it's Oliver Ortega, because Raisel Iglesias and Ryan Tepera were 2 of the 4 Angels ejected from the game because of the fight in the second. Really close pitch.
Lower part of the strike zone, called a ball, and Stassi's asking where that pitch was at.
Oh, popped up. That is absolutely huge.
Especially on that count with that power for Suarez. We know how strong he is.
Brandon Marsh is now in left field. Saw him pinch hit for Monte Harrison. Yeah, 2-0, swinging.
Well, you want that from your, that's what you're trying to do if you're Suarez. You got yourself in a count to do the damage. You just got underneath it. Big out for Ortega.
Here's Adam Frazier. 2 outs away for the Halos. First pitch, little flare, that gets down. So the tying run is aboard for Seattle.
Constantly makes contact.
Second hit of the game for Frazier.
It's going to make contact. It's going to be not hard hit contact.
Pinch hitter for Kevin Padlow. It's Cal Raleigh. Switch hitter. He had a big game last night. Single, 2 doubles, and a walk.
Don't think Frazier would be going here, especially with Raleigh at the plate. Now he's got that good power.
Swing and a miss. That is a great curveball. Raleigh's 0 for 1 versus Ortega with a strikeout in his career. Second career meeting. Ortega head 0-2.
Just a little above the strike zone.
As Ray Montgomery, acting manager, looks on. Ortega going for his first career save in the big leagues. Runner goes. The throwdown is a good one. Stassi on the money. Frazier gunned down. Of course, they're going to look at it.
Yeah, you got to look at it right now, but especially in this part of the game. Frazier's going off the field. That gives you a pretty good indication he doesn't feel comfortable about it. Stassi's thrown out 20% base stealers this season. He had a pretty good jump and a perfect throw right on the bag. Excellent throw, quick tag off the bag. And he kept the tag all the way through. Nice job by Tyler Wade. You see the hand in initially, but then he kept the tag on him. And all important second out.
Tyler Wade did not give him much room. That was very close to ending the game. Everyone on their feet. 2 outs. 2-1 Angels looking to avoid the sweep here this afternoon. Swing and a miss. He got a ball game. Light up the halo. 2-1. Angels beat the Seattle Mariners here this Sunday afternoon. Let's see what kind of energy this provides this team.
Oliver Ortega, first career save, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, paints the outside corner, swing and miss. Luis Rengifo, big game with that home run and tied it up. David McKinnon, the big RBI single. What a game, what energy. By the way, great job by the umpires today in that whole thing that went through, but what a spot that is at 97 miles an hour. First career save, Rengifo with the Rengifo bomb ties it up. But Thor Jr. gives the lead. Oliver Ortega, but Jose Suarez, for me, outstanding effort. The reason why they're able to win this game today.
Suarez getting the win. David McKinnon, the go-ahead RBI in the 7th. Our Toyota players of the game coming to you from that 7th inning. Monte Harrison, and Gooby, you mentioned how big that leadoff walk was. He advanced, and a pitch got away. And this was a tough at-bat off of Munoz, who has that nasty slider and the plus fastball.
Look how close that is. That is extremely close. Mike Gallego sending him home. He knows at that point he's got to turn on the afterburners.
All right, big halo win. Standing by right now with Erica Weston is David McKinnon.
All right, thanks very much, Patrick. David, a lot of emotions in this one today. It was clear you guys were playing with an edge out there this afternoon.
Yeah, I think we needed a little bit of a wake-up, and hopefully this will kickstart the rest of our season. It was a good battle today. They played hard, we played hard. The pitchers went at it, and we just came out top.
Certainly that was the case this afternoon. You came up 3 times prior in your at-bats with runners in scoring position. That 4th time, how good did it feel to be able to cash one in?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to walk Mike Trout every at-bat, I'm going to come up with some runners on. So eventually I had to come through, and first 2 swings weren't good, but the last one I was able to get a bat on the ball, and guy's pretty nasty, so I was whatever you can do to put it in play forward, and it dropped, you know.
Yeah, we were talking this morning about how clutch you've been in a short period of time here. So how were you approaching that at-bat?
With a guy like that throws real hard and has throws a lot of sliders, I just try to see it up and react to it. Hopefully I see it. I mean, I didn't see one and almost hit me, so yeah, just try to get it up and hopefully I hit the ball.
Last one for you, David. Jose Suarez, very good in his 6 innings of work today. How good was he in playing defense behind him this afternoon?
I mean, I didn't have to do anything behind him. We didn't do much. He was punching tickets today. We played together in Salt Lake, so it's been fun watching him perform out there. So.
All right, nice job today. Thanks for the time.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, Erica, thanks very much. Game time 3-0-4. Angels picking up the win, a game they absolutely needed.
I mean, there was a lot of energy from the get-go in this. A game you're right, you have to win. Seattle, and every one of these games with Seattle has been so close. These are one-run games throughout.
We saw a fight, one for the ages here at the Big A on a Sunday afternoon. We had ejections from both sides. That was a legit shot put from Raisel Iglesias. End of the day, Halo's victorious. You want to stick around for Angels Live post-game show? You have Ken French, Tim Salmon, Mark Gubaza, Erica Weston. Angels Live is next, and we'll see you tomorrow.